We're starting. We're live. Hello. We got a special episode today. We're not going to be talking about the usual topics.
Yeah, fuck the quirky questions.
Yeah,
We're not quirky.
we are going to start a dialogue tonight.
We are starting a dialogue.
And that dialogue is our favorite games list. So, up to bat, we have Michael Griddle. The drink. We have the drink.
They call me the drink.
Okay, let me just pull up the image of your list.
Yeah, I did mine top 50 because I was doing it with someone else and they wanted to do top 50. Everyone else at top 25, which is fine. Top 25 is
No, this is
probably much more manageable. It's there.
Hold up, my dumbass pulled up the wrong list. Okay, there we go.
Alright, y'all ready to walk through mine? All right, at number 50, I got NFL Street. Really good. I think it's probably my favorite football game next to NFL Blitz, which was like a 90s arcade game, but that game's like not good. Yeah, I fuck with NFL Street. It's fun, it's wacky, all the characters look really stupid. It's good.
Never played it.
49, I have Halo 2, which, don't get me wrong, I like Halo 2. Halo was my favorite game series ever growing up. But it's down here because it didn't hit as much as the other games did for me. No shit.
I mean, I got into the Halo games a few years ago, and yeah, these games are pretty tight.
Yeah,
So I respect that.
I just like Halo 1 and Halo 3 way more. Yeah. Next, Pokemon Platinum. It is my favorite Pokemon game. I think it's either between that or like a Gen 3 one.
Yo, Gen 3, let's go.
Gen 3.
This is the only Pokemon game I ever actually got a Pokemon to level 100 in.
Yo. What was it?
My Empoleon.
Yo, respect.
It's supposed to be the worst starter in that generation,
100%.
supposedly.
100 Penguin. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I like it, but the reason it's down so low is I don't think I'd ever play a Pokemon game again today.
Bruh.
Bro,
So it's just up here for nostalgia? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like it's still one of my favorite games. I spent a lot of hours in it. I just don't think I'd do it again. Like all the games in the top 10, if you asked me to play them immediately, like right now, I would. Every single one of them. But down here, I got the Guitar Hero 3. Just a good game. It's fun. Played it a lot with my siblings and friends. Guitar Hero's good. It has good songs. Shout out to Barracuda and Cliffs of Dover.
Yo.
Barracuda, which was in Shrek 2, I think.
Was
when
it?
The princesses are raiding the castle.
I don't remember. I know they had like Holding Out for a Hero or whatever that song's called.
Yeah. Jack and Daxter 1, good PlayStation platformer. Nothing else to say about it. I like the Jack series, but the other games are higher. Yeah, because there's only 3 games in the Jack series.
What about the racing one?
There's only 3 games in the Jack series.
I'm guessing you don't like the racing.
3 games.
Racing.
There's only 3.
Jack
No, there's
X.
4.
There's only 3. There's only 3 games in the Jack series. There's only 3 games.
You heard it here first. There's only 3 games in the series. Only 3.
Only 3.
That sucks. They
Never
only
any
3.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have done more, but I think Jack 3 is a good way to end it.
That's fair.
Next I have Mario Kart Double Dash, which I think I think the only Mario Kart games that I considered putting on here were Double Dash and 8 Deluxe. Like I like DS, but I don't think I'd play it. Like if I played it right now, I don't think I'd really like it. I like Double Dash. I could play that right now, and 8 Deluxe is good, but doesn't have the nostalgia of Double Dash.
I feel like it's hard to list Double Dash as a game like people would have on their favorites unless they grew up with it. Because like if you play it now and like you've never had any prior experience, you're gonna be like, this game plays so fucking weird.
It does play weird.
Yeah, compared to the newer entries, it's like this does not feel like a normal Mario Kart game. But if you grew up with it and you know how it works mechanically, then yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like 8 Deluxe, I will say, is probably just a more solid game, but Double Dash is just nostalgic for me.
Yeah. Double Dash is good, though. Don't get me wrong.
Shout out Baby Park and the big bouncer shell that bounces across the entire
the chain
map.
chomp. All right.
Rainbow Six Siege. It's my favorite tactical shooter. Yeah. Yeah, other people, if they like tac shooters, they put CS or Valorant on there.
Ew.
But we don't talk to those people.
We don't talk to those people. They don't exist.
Rainbow is I've never played Rainbow, but from what I've heard about it, Rainbow is probably like the coolest out of those three because it's like actually like something.
What I like about it the most is everything about it just feels good. Like they've added so many more characters since I've like played it. Probably like 6 characters since the last time I actually played the game. I don't really care about that because I think the core game just feels really good. Just everything just feels satisfying.
I see no problem there.
Geometry Dash.
Yo, got any games on your phone?
The only mobile game I ever spent money on.
You spent money on Geometry Dash?
For the premium version.
God.
To get all the levels. Because if you had the free version, you only had 10 levels. The game has like 20 something.
No.
I don't know if I should be proud or disappointed.
Hey, again, this is the only mobile game I ever spent money on.
Or
Yeah,
if you're gonna spend money on a mobile game, like come on, you gotta spend it on something like Peak, like
Blue
Geometry
Archive.
Dash.
Come on.
It's a joke.
Geometry Dash is good.
Joke.
You need to spend those gacha pulls on Blue Archive.
Look, I was grinding the shit. I had all the coins. I never beat any demon levels, so that wasn't that good.
Out of curiosity, was this like recent or was this like in
No,
high
this
school?
was when I was in middle school to high school.
Okay, yeah. Alright, that makes
Like
more sense.
8th to 9th grade. That was really playing it.
Okay, you
fun
gotta
game.
explain the next game though, because I've never heard of
Hey,
Learn to
Learn
Fly.
to Fly, one of my personal favorite Flash games, and I have quite a few Flash games on here. You are a penguin that is flying off a ramp, and you're trying to go as far as you can while also destroying obstacles in the way. If you haven't played Flash games, install Flashpoint Infinity. It's a great Flash emulator. It has all the Flash games you've probably ever played. Not sponsored, but if you do want to play Flash games again, install that.
Does it got the NSFW Flash games?
It probably does. I don't know.
Oh,
That's for you to find out.
Interesting. Okay, maybe I'll give this a look. Totally not sponsored.
Definitely not sponsored. But this game's good. It's a very solid, just fun Flash game. You could spend like 30 minutes to an hour on it. Very solid. I literally just played it today again, and I had fun. I beat the whole game in the 35 tries.
Yo.
This is pretty nice. I love Flash games. But between like 2008 to 2013, I regularly played Flash games. Like, I never had a gaming PC until I was an adult. And I when I didn't want to set up a console, I played Flash games.
Respect. Play in the computer lab at school.
Hell yeah. Cool math games, Congregate.
Oh, hell yeah.
Armor games, Ninja Kiwi, Candy Stand. I never used Miniclip.
I only remember one game from my short amount of time in school, and that was a snail one.
Snail Bob.
Yeah.
Snail Bob.
Dude, Snail Bob was so stupid.
There's more Flash games to come. But back to regular real console games. You got Lego Star Wars. This one's only the
first 3 episodes.
The prequel. It's the prequel trilogy. It's just fun. It's just a fun game. Yoda screaming. Building shit. The little, I forget what the things were called. The white things with the little red and the green.
Those white people in the Lego games.
Lego Star Wars is just fun. It's just a very fun
sound
game.
of getting hit and all the coins dropping.
Oh, the studs. Are you a true Jedi?
No, I was bad. I was a
Bruh,
kid.
no!
Next, MVC3. Really fun game, but I have UMVC3 up higher. I could talk about everything I like about MVC3 up there, but I played MVC3 on its own enough for for it to earn its spot on here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gemcraft, which is another Flash game. When I played Flash games, I love tower defense games. That's why Gemcraft is on here. That's why Bloons is up higher. I played Vector Tower Defense. I played Kingdom Rush. I played most tower defense games that exist. This is one of the best.
Yo, you heard it here first.
Heard it here first. Check out Flashpoint again if you want to play these games. Definitely not sponsored. Please check it out. Mario Party 5. It's the game I played growing up. Yeah, everyone has a Mario Party game they played growing up, and that one's their favorite.
True, true.
Team Fortress 2. Like, as I said before, I didn't have a PC game, actual gaming PC until I was an adult. And I like literally in the year and 6 months that I've had this computer, I've played TF2 for like 500 hours already.
You're not
really
having any
fun.
problems with bots?
No, they actually like dealt with a bot problem like a month ago.
That's good.
Like it's like you can play casual right now and you will not run into a bot or a hacker.
Yo.
The game's actually in a surprisingly good state, and despite being 17 years old,
Oh my god.
it's fun. It's a fun game. I like it.
They still have an active player base?
Yes, very active.
Very
Nice, man.
dedicated, yeah.
Very active. Check Steam charts to see how much it is.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna move on, but yeah, there's a lot of people that play it. Very active community. Jack 2, the second game of the the Jack trilogy.
3 games.
It's completely different from the first one. Like in the first one, you see, Jack's like a kid, and he looks fun and happy. And the second one, he looks edgy and has a gun.
Now he's gritty. He's
Yeah.
the gritty.
Like all the memes people made about like Sonic and like Shadow the Hedgehog, the Shadow the Hedgehog game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but like a game that feels that is good.
Bruh.
Sorry for Shadow the Hedgehog heads out there. Jack
The
2 is
Hedgehog.
It's overshadow, bros.
it's fun. There's racing, you got guns, you got combat, you got platforming. Very solid game.
Alright.
He just went through
I
the
like
same
it.
story arc as Shadow the Hedgehog, He also had a dead girl probably die in front of him or something. I don't know.
He lost everyone he grew up around.
Same difference. Shadow lost from
And he was experimented on for 2 whole years. Jack's been through a lot of shit.
Shadow ripoff. I don't care.
This is another one that's kind of surprising. Cookie Clicker.
That's fake.
No.
I have a save file that I've played since my senior year of high school that I still
God
sometimes
damn.
look at.
That is
I've
fake.
done 96% of the achievements. I completed all the mini games. Everything that's left is just progression-based achievements for me, which just means I have to keep resetting the game, which is really boring, and I don't want to do it. But I've literally dumped probably like a few weeks of game time into it, like just straight like active game time
That's crazy.
into a Flash game where you click a cookie.
It's based though. I mean, you
It's
get
got
the
staying
new-
powers. I like seeing numbers go up.
Big true. We love seeing numbers
Exactly.
go up.
This is the original numbers go up. Eat your heart out, Roblox.
Yeah. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story.
Solid pick.
It's just a good game. It's the only I literally haven't played a single other Mario and Luigi game, but this game's just always been like on my mind where it's just like, yeah, it's cool, it's fun, it's solid. The bosses are cool, the combat's cool, everything about it just feels good to do.
Dude, Yoko Shimomura made the music for this game. You know it's gonna be a banger soundtrack.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Well, she did the final boss theme for sure.
That's pretty amazing.
I think she did the whole score.
Tekken Tag Tournament. It is a little weird for even for like early Tekken games. Like, I could put like 3 or 4. I put Tag Tournament because I posted this somewhere else. I have to post this here too. There is a when you beat the game with like characters, you get a certain like you get a special like cutscene thing. Like while everything else would get like lore stuff, you don't get that here. You get these stupid, very very dumb cutscenes.
They're not dumb.
They are dumb, but they've been. One of them has been stuck in my mind forever, and I do mean this. Like I literally think about this video probably like once a month, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a good video. I posted it there. You guys can
Bruh.
watch it. It's literally just Gunjack and Jack 2 just grooving. The game's fine. I have another Tekken game higher than it for a reason. That this game's just on my mind.
Because of that.
MVC, Clash of Superheroes. I have this game. I don't have MVC 2 on here. For any MVC fans who want to execute me for that, that's fair.
Bruh.
I like, this is the one I played. This is one of the first fighting games aside from Tekken, is one of the first fighting games I ever played. Because Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Holy shit! It's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. It's got Mega Man. This game's the reason I even like Mega Man.
What about Proto Man and Beta?
They're not.
No one gives a shit about Proto Man.
Sorry, that was
If he was if they were in MVC, you'd probably like them.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I love MVC. This is such a very personal pick. It's there's 3 MVC games on here, and one of them's just a better version of another one. It also has Gambit. Shout out Gambit. Any Gambit heads out there?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Like that man that goes.
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for
I'm
myself
about to
here.
make a name for myself, man.
I was so excited to see him in the movie just because
It was
he was
great,
in
yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yo, that's the guy.
That's the guy.
That's the
Marvel
guy. That's
vs.
the guy.
Everyone else is like cum-shotting about it being Channing Tatum. You're like, that's from Marvel vs. Capcom, man.
That's Gambit from MVC 1 and 2. That's my guy. That's
my
my brother's main.
Yo.
The game has so much just staying power in my mind. Like I got a poster of it recently too. This game fucks.
It does fuck.
It fucks.
It do be fucking.
Infamous. Remember when Sony got hacked in like 2010, 11, or 12? I don't
Bro,
remember
they get
when.
hacked like every 3 years.
Yeah, they got hacked, and I think it leaked a bunch of information or something. So they gave everyone a free game. And the options were, I know 2 of the picks were Infamous and Little Big Planet, and there were a few other ones. I don't remember what they were. I chose Infamous. I got it for free off of pure chance. And it's a game that's just fun. You're a guy who has electric powers in a big city that's basically New York, and you get to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
You
the
could
guy
be a
from
hero,
Street Fighter Cross
you
Tekken.
could be a villain. He was in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. With his,
Yo, he was in PlayStation All Stars.
He was in PlayStation All Stars too. His moveset's more so based on Infamous too, but
What's
this game's just cool.
Oh, okay, never mind.
And Infamous 2 is also higher on this list.
Yeah, that's why I said never mind.
'Cause
I was
it's
gonna
just
ask what
better,
your opinion was,
but-
then we'll get there.
I like this game. It's cool. One of the first games I ever 100%ed.
Hell
I
yeah.
did everything. It was great. It's kind of like Spider-Man. It's like Spider-Man, but not Spider-Man. Game where you're in a big city. You can do whatever you want.
Yo.
Tekken 5 is my favorite Tekken game of all of them. Probably the one I played the most. And it's the one I remember the most out of all of them. More than any other. This is like, when I think of Tekken in my mind, I think of Tekken 5.
Heck yeah.
It's everything I want.
Yo, Jinpachi
Everything I
go
want.
crazy though.
Jinpachi does go crazy. Shout out Raven.
Oh yeah, this is when he first showed up, huh?
Mm-hmm. I like playing Paul and Horong.
Paul?
Paul.
Paul
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Paul Phoenix.
I know. I was just being funny. Sorry.
Jake Paul.
Logan Paul.
Oh, we're allowed to say that here.
Forgot to talk about Logan Paul. Moving on. BTD 5. Which, of the 3 BTD games I have on here, it is the lowest.
Bruh.
I do like this game. Of the BTD games, the first 2 are kind of the same. The third one's really good. The fourth one, I don't really like. Because I think it's in this awkward gap between the classic games, the classic simple tower defense games, and the complicated ones like BTD 5 and BTD 6.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't think 4 executed that well. I think 5 did it very good. 5 is the blueprint for what I think any slightly more complicated tower defense game should be.
I agree.
Everything's more fleshed out. The 2 paths system is very nice. The maps are just good. Yeah, everything just feels good. And all the additions they made were really good, except for the balloon shipper, which completely broke everything. There's a reason it's not 6 anymore.
You can't be perfect all the time, you know?
Yeah, they can't be perfect all the time. You know, they had everything they added just felt right. Like it just feels like so much of an improvement from all the previous games in such a very good way that like it's important.
No, I respect that.
So again, BTD3 is higher, which I'll explain in a second.
No, I think I get why though too.
Doom 2016?
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah, Doom 2016. Just a good game. You know, rip and tear until it's done and whatnot. You know, you get the super shotgun, you got the rifles and the little pistol. It's fun. It's a good game, and it's kind of that's part of the reason why there's some other games that are higher on this list. And you know, I like it.
I like how
plays
the BFG
good. I like
operates.
the story. Yeah, the BFG's pretty well done.
Yeah, how it works in 2016 compared to the other game you have on this list. But yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Portal. When I originally made this list, I didn't have Portal on it, but I had to think about it again. And this is, I mean, I don't think there's many puzzle games. There's a lot of games out here that are just like kind of individuals in their genre. Like, you know, I only have like 2 rhythm games on here, and I have Portal's the only like puzzle game on here. Very fun game. Like, it's just a really good puzzle game. It looks really good. The writing's really funny. Like, people say, like, you know, Portal 2 has, like, a lot more in-depth and funnier writing and stuff. But, you know, it'd be nothing without the first game. I don't think any part of the first Portal game has aged poorly. Yeah. Like, you can make the argument that Portal 2, that, like, some of the comedy is kind of 2013-ish. Like, Tumblr-ish, early Twitter, you know? Yeah, there's the whole orphan joke and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But I think the first game's
great.
Yeah.
So you just can't knock it.
First game's great. Very good game. BTD3 above BTD5 it's the first step up from classic very simple tower defense games. Like the first 2 games only had like 4 or 5 towers total.
Yeah.
3 has 8 or 9, I believe. It's just a very good step up, and I think it does everything a simple tower defense game wants to do. Like, it's not super complex. Everything feels worth it. Like, in the first 2 games, like, you know, they always say like, oh, the Super Monkey's the best tower, but it's the worst. It's not cost efficient. It's not worth it. It's never worth it to get it. Everything in BTD3, all the upgrades feel like they mean something. All the stuff it has just feels good, and it feels fun. It feels rewarding. It's the first Bloons Tower Defense game to have any of the blimps, you know, the Moab, along with the ceramic balloons. Also added camo balloons when they were just their own thing and not a category for balloons to fall under, but that's, you know, a lot more. It's a very good game, very solid. This is, aside from the other Bloons game that's on here, this is probably the one I might have just played the most, because it's good, it's straightforward, it's simple, and it's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel about Overwatch.
Bruh.
I'll talk about it.
Overwatch.
The characters are pretty cool.
The only reason Overwatch is on here is because I love Lucio.
I respect that.
That is the only reason Overwatch is on. If Overwatch didn't have Lucio, I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't be playing it today.
Bruh.
Lucio's kit is very unique, very fun, very awesome, very rewarding. And I don't think I've seen many games like, you know, do something where, like, you know, like, I know there's a lot of games that have their own advanced movement and stuff, and they are cool. But Lucio's movement is very just, it's nice. It's smooth.
You play your own game as Lucio.
Everyone's on the ground shooting at each other. I'm out here jumping wall to wall, diving their support. I'm ruining that person's day. I dive Widowmakers. They're afraid of me. And I'm just a guy who has a frog logo and is playing music in his head.
Lucio for president 2024.
Shout out Lucio, one of my favorite characters. It's my one of his sprays is my Steam profile picture and my wallpaper on my computer.
Yo.
Which one, out of curiosity?
I'll post it right now, really quick. Lucio is very fun, and in recent times, I have tried playing other supports, just so I'm not a Lucio one trick and I can actually be useful to my team sometimes. But nothing quite feels as good as Lucio does.
That's real. I miss old Lucio.
Yeah. Let's put this. We're also in the top 25 now. Mega Man and Bass. It's a Mega Man game I played growing up. It's only aside from MVC. This is why I also like Mega Man. I didn't even play another Mega Man game until I was 18.
And which one was that?
We got the collection that they had on PS2. And I tried it I tried playing Mega Man 8 on there, and I honestly didn't like it that much.
Oh, that version of Mega Man 8 has input delay, I think.
Yeah, that probably was part of the reason. I eventually got Mega Man 11 and the Mega Man collection on my Switch, and I beat Mega Man 11. I beat Mega Man's 1 through 4. Those are fun games. Mega Man and Bass is just the one I grew up on, which is a lot harder. It doesn't even have E-tanks. I like the boss design, even if 2 of them were taken from Mega Man 8.
And Mega Man and Bass on GBA just has the superior soundtrack compared to the SNES.
Yeah, Mega Man and Bass on GBA has the better soundtrack. It just has insane screen crunch. There is shit I didn't even see playing the game that I had to watch a YouTube video and see oh shit, there's stuff up there.
Shout out the Tango Man stage.
Yeah, dude, Tango Man's song is so fucking good on GBA.
Yeah, the GBA soundtrack is miles better than. I don't even know how people played the original one with that soundtrack. It sounds like shit.
I mean, besides the the better screen,
besides that
aspect ratio.
If that wasn't an aspect, the GBA version is the way to go.
For real.
But that's a pretty major problem.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal is up here, which I feel like it plays better than Doom 2016.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
The story's not as good. I still haven't played the DLC yet. I bought it all on I have it all on Steam.
I thought you said you don't care about stories in games. You just care about the gameplay.
I will acknowledge. I am acknowledging that the story is worse. So if that's something you care about, and why'd you why'd you put it above the other one? That's I don't care about it, but I do recognize that it is worse.
Mm-hmm.
But it just plays better.
Hey, I gotta say this. I've never played the Doom games. I don't like the Doom games, but all I gotta say is, if you're worrying about story in the Doom games, you got other problems, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Doom game. Go kill some monsters and have a good fucking time.
If you're in the game where you're killing 1,000 demons and you're ugh, but the story.
I'm a story girl. I love story. That's half my thing. Not
that's
games.
That's your name, minus the S.
Doom has a story?
The main justification for all of these games is they play good and they feel good. I don't care about the story. The next game's Fallout 4, and that game has a terrible story.
Yeah, I was about to say.
What do you mean? The best story in Fallout, guys. What are you talking about?
But it just plays so good. Both of these games, which I guess are both under Bethesda now, they are games that feel good to play. Everything about it just feels rewarding, and it's just sad. Honestly, just these next 3 games, including Skate 3 2, which has nothing to do with these 2 games, they all feel very good to play. Everything makes sense. Learning stuff is rewarding. Actually strategizing is good. Everything feels like it's good.
Yeah.
We're on Fallout 4 since I kind of glossing over it. The crafting system's very cool. I like building things when the crafting system doesn't feel stupid.
The story isn't horrible in that game, is it?
The story is what it is. It's not as good. At least that's what Fallout fans say. It's the worst. It doesn't have the RPG elements of the first few games, and the story just isn't that interesting. But also in Fallout 3, the game scolds you for telling your radiation immune ally to go into the radiation room and the game's like, oh, but you should have done it. But you could have not had anyone die.
See, but
Fallout 3 sucks.
I was just gonna say I kind of agree with the idea though, because like minus New Vegas, I think like the older Fallout stuff, like the gameplay is vastly worse than the more modern stuff.
Yeah,
so,
like Fallout 1 and 2 they're a different game.
Yeah.
Fallout 3 doesn't play good. New Vegas is marginally better, I think.
Yeah. It's just like I don't see the issue. I like you like it. It's fun gameplay. It's got some funny moments and some.
I feel like 3 wasn't made by. I feel like Fallout 3 wasn't made by people who ever played a game where you shoot a gun.
I mean, yeah, they are going like Fallout 1 and 2 are like completely different games in terms of their style, and to go from that to Fallout 3 is pretty big leap. So it makes sense that it's their first crack at it.
Yeah, Fallout 4, even if it has issues like the guns, a lot of the guns are kind of ugly. It just feels good to play. Everything just makes sense.
It's the fucking apocalypse, mate.
Yeah.
What about New Vegas?
Mid.
Peak Vegas.
Shush. I can't comment on New Vegas.
I haven't actually fully played through New Vegas. I've been meaning to. I should. Anyway, Skate 3. Cool soundtrack. Cool soundtrack. Skating's very fun. Even playing on, I think it's like hardcore, where like the game's like doesn't like magnetize you to things as much. The game's just fun. I like it.
Respect.
Shout out the Vine Sauce Skate 3 funny moments videos. That's the reason I got the game.
Yo, Vine Sauce saves the day.
Yeah.
Vine Sauce.
Hotline Miami 2. This is also one of the earlier PC games I played, or one of the first games I played when I got a gaming PC. It's very cool. The story's people can go either way on it, but the gameplay is very fun and rewarding. It's just lower than Hotline Miami 1 because Hotline Miami 1's gameplay is just better.
Hell yeah.
I do like how the story is told out of order, but I think it's all very fun. Yeah. Infamous 2 is up here. I just like it more. You're in instead of being in gloomy New York, you're in like sunny, like not New Orleans, and the city actually feels like people live in it. Like there's actual things that happen. I think the powers that you unlock are a lot more fleshed out. They're more dynamic. There's more difference in your choices. Because in the first game, if you whether you're good or evil, that determines the powers you unlock. They all just kind of felt like they're doing the same thing. In Infamous 2, the powers are completely different. Like if you're on the good path, you can unlock ice powers later down the line. But if you're on the bad path, you can unlock like fire-based powers down the line.
Whoa, symbolism.
Symbolism.
It's way better of a game. It's also just like way better made.
Yeah, it's just better made. It just looks better all around. The melee system was a bit more fleshed out. Instead of just punch people, you have like a thing you whack people with. Pretty neat.
I love that fucking weapon.
And the Cole from this game is the guy that's in PlayStation All Stars and Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we got those fans in here.
It's so real.
Good game. I also think the story in this one's a little bit better. Who cares? Civ 6. It's a fun game. Another one of the early PC games I played. This is one of my COVID games actually during the whole
lockdown.
When I was in lockdown from college, I played this a lot. I played it a bit recently too. It's just one of those games like you could dump a whole day into just one game of it. Get through it. It just it really does feel like the game really does feel good at making you like recognize that, hey, look at all that hard work you did. Here you are, you're on top of the world. You have more money or science or culture or whatever. You're dominating the world. You're that guy. You're him.
I'm him.
It's fun. And if I want to get into the debate of whatever Civ 6 or Civ 5 or Civ 4 or whatever. I don't know. Just the one you played with is the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. Another game I also played a bit during COVID. The only Call of Duty game I've unlocked gold on every single weapon for. I think it's just the Call of Duty multiplayer I think I enjoyed the most.
This
yeah,
is
multiplayer is always fun.
the
COD.
Modern Warfare remake or reboot, right? Not like the original Modern Warfare.
Yeah, this is the reboot, 2019.
Hmm.
It's just fun. I liked it. I like every part of it. It felt good. Even people said like, oh, like it had a lot of issues. People complaining about skill-based matchmaking, but that's been a thing for like years, even before this.
Yeah,
People
they always complain about that every
it.
time a COD comes out.
People didn't like Warzone. I don't care. I didn't play Warzone. Spec Ops was nothing. I don't care. I didn't play it. I played the multiplayer, and I had fun. I love using the MG34, the fucking World War II weapon. I love using the MP7. That was my favorite. I love using the shotguns. Shotguns are so satisfying in this game because you just dumpster people. The game had its issues. It definitely did. I posted a clip on Reddit like when I was still playing this game of me spawning into enemy fire like 10 times in a row and dying immediately every single time. Very funny clip. But even then, the game's just fun. Hotline Miami 1 plays better. I like just having the whole mask system where, you know, you're just the one guy and you get to pick between 25, I think, masks, and they all affect your gameplay in different ways. I think that's more interesting. Hotline Miami 2 instead, it has like each level you're playing as like a different type of character, and with each character you get like 4 different options. Which is fun, but I like having the freedom of choice of Hotline Miami 1.
How's the music compared to the score?
I think the music in both I should have talked about that sooner. I think the music in both games is really good. Hotline Miami 2 does. I think it has that one song that's just kind of weird, but I think the music in both those games is solid. I don't listen to video game OSTs that much. I listen to Hotline Miami's 1 and 2. Very good. Mario Odyssey, just a really, really good 3D platformer.
One of the best. One of the Switch.
I only played this like a bit over a year ago. I got every single moon, you know, Dark Side and Darker Side of the Moon. I did it all. Only thing I haven't done is buy all the costumes, and I'm not doing that shit because it's just a grind.
Bruh, weak.
But yeah, I am weak. Fuck you then. If I'm weak, I'm weak. I don't give a shit.
I 100% this fucking shit. 999 moons, all the fucking moons, all the costumes.
You could get 99 moons easily. That's you get 880, then you just buy the rest with money.
Yeah, so you buy that, but you don't buy the costumes?
Because I don't want to grind for money. It's not fun.
Dude, Balloon World. Hello?
Okay, and people put in glitch spots all the time.
Dude, I got like the fucking best hiding spot for my balloon. No one can do it because they don't got the fucking execution, bro. They can't do it.
I'll go find your balloon right now. Hop off, bro.
No way, bro. It's not a matter of finding it. It's a matter of can you even fucking do it, bro. They can't. No one can fucking pop that shit. It's been there for like 3 years.
Bruh, this fucking guy. The movement in the game just feels like, you know, just learning how to like move in better ways just feels it feels rewarding because there's so much shit you can do. Like you can even do the moon skipping that whole dungeon, like jumping on the Sphinx head. Like, and that's not even the hard skip, but it's still just so fun to do because, you know, it skips like 5-6 minutes of gameplay.
Dude, Mario Odyssey had better rolling physics than a fucking Sonic game.
No.
Yeah, the rolling's fun. Like, you don't expect Mario of all characters to be out here rolling, but he does, and it's fun. The transformations are all super cool.
Oh, real. The fact that there's still speedrun skips being discovered in 2024 on a game that's what 7 years old now.
Yeah, 7.
That are brand new and are changing the game altogether in year just is a testament to how crazy the system is.
This game's just it just feels good. Like every single game I say, oh, it feels good. Everything about this game feels good. It might be like just purely mechanically is probably my favorite platformer.
You could turn into a tree and a dinosaur. Like, it can't get better than that.
That's probably why Nintendo's too scared to make a sequel, because they don't know how to fucking top this shit.
Man, the Switch really
make Super Mario Odyssey 2. Just add new worlds.
The Switch really went downhill post Super Mario 2 and Breath of the Wild. They really went downhill. They really just peaked. They peaked at the console launch.
They peaked. It's their fault. They made one of the best 3D platformers ever.
For real.
They were just like, sure.
And also, I'll say this: I've only ever played 3 3D Mario games. I've never played 64. I've never played Galaxy 1 or 2.
Galaxy 1.
Which ones did you play then?
I played Sunshine. I played this, and I played, I think, 3D. The one that was on the Wii U, 3D
World. 3D World.
3D World. I played that.
I play 64. It's pretty good.
Mid.
Bruh.
I don't want your dusty ass game.
Bruh, play DS then,
Bruh.
64 DS.
I say as I have MVC on here and other games that are probably similarly aged. Moving on, Modern Warfare 3. I think this is the first Call of Duty game I actually liked. I never played multiplayer in Call of Duty until like I was like 15 or 16. And by this point, Modern Warfare 3 was like 3 or 4 years old. And I went back and I played multiplayer on it, and I had so much fun. On the dead multiplayer servers of Modern Warfare 3, I even got hacked once. They reset my profile. That shit hurt. But as long as I could use the PP90M1, I was happy. Spec Ops in this game was super fun. Survival mode was amazing. I love the missions they had. You know, some people who play more Call of Duty would be like, "Oh, what about Modern Warfare 2?" I didn't like the multiplayer for that one that much. I don't know. I like the maps in Modern Warfare 3 better. If you play like Search and Destroy or something, you'd probably have more reasons to play Modern Warfare 2, but Modern Warfare 3 is the first COD game I really liked. Next, this was one I think that just stands out way too much. Halo Wars. RTS Halo game.
Yeah, RTS.
No other RTS on here. It's just, I just liked it. Like I've never played another RTS, you know, like StarCraft or whatever other ones there are. This is the only game in that genre I've ever played, and I loved it. You know, aside from probably just because I really like Halo, but it felt good. Mechanics felt good. The way you learn to play the game was nice. You unlock your troops and you upgrade them in all the different ways. The progression was nice. Like the early to mid game to late game progression was very good. It felt good. No Halo Wars haters here, I guess.
Well, I don't.
Probably no one who's played Halo Wars.
Yeah,
here.
I've never played Halo.
If Alfred was in here, I think he'd agree with you, though.
I think he would. I have to send this list to have him reflect on my Halo opinions. Black Ops 3. This was.
Is that fucking Black Ops?
I don't have Black Ops 1 on here at all. I didn't like the multiplayer. The game just looked weird to me. Black Ops 3, it was the second Call of Duty to have advanced movement, which people feel a lot of different ways about. But it felt good. Like, you know, a game with advanced movement, instead of just being running, shooting, like jumping and like climbing stuff, you had a jetpack. You could wall run. You could slide. It was another game that rewarded your movement very well. Yeah, you can use that to, get around people very quickly. End up in spots they'd never expect you to be in, and flank them, and that's fun. The guns felt good. Kill streaks were fun. Even if the game had supply drops, I never really gave a shit about them, mainly because I never got any good weapons from it. Even though I think there were 4 meta guns that were in supply drops. I didn't care.
Metas for babies.
Black Ops 3 Zombies is, in my opinion, is the second best zombies experience.
What's the best? Oh,
Black Ops 2.
Bruh.
Yeah,
that's why it's way higher.
Yeah, I look back to this. I'm like, oh,
I
wait.
wonder which one.
Shadows of Evil is a great map. Drak is a great map. Zetsuo Nishima is really good. Gorod Krovi is really good. Revelations is really good. The Giant is good. And even Zombies Chronicles, which had 8 maps from the previous games. I don't give a shit about the World at War ones because they're just basic map design anyways. But having Origins on there, already great. Having Kino der Toten on a modern console, incredible. What were the other ones that were on there? Ascension's good. Moon. Having Moon look good. Moon on Black Ops 1 looks terrible. Moon looks terrible on Black Ops 1. It looks so boring. It's just all gray and bland. Moon in Black Ops 3 is genuinely beautiful. Like, everything just looks so much more alive. And it is just a massive improvement all around. Zombies Chronicles is just generally just a huge improvement, and the way to play those old Zombies maps. Because even then, the mechanics of Black Ops 1 and World at War just weren't good. Black Ops 3 mechanically is just good. Everything about it's just good. I do get to talk more about COD Zombies more, so I will talk about that more later. Need for Speed Most Wanted is my second favorite racing game of all time. The first one's higher. I just like I really liked racing games a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But only this one and the one that's higher up were the ones that really grabbed me. The Most Wanted, the cops would chase you after certain races and in events. That was fun. It always was like, it's very exhilarating, having cops chase you down while you're driving like what car would you drive in that game? Like an Eclipse or a Lamborghini or a Porsche. It's just fun. The driving felt good. Like, learning it was good. The game had really bad rubber banding. Where the enemy, where your opponents in the back would be driving at like 400 miles per hour. Really bad rubber banding. But it made the game challenging. It was always challenging. It was always fun, and I will always appreciate that game. In the top 10, finally. Jeez, this is taking
top 10.
Yo, top 10.
Yo,
Legend
the
of
big
Zelda: A Link to
boys.
the Past for the GBA. It's the only Legend of Zelda game I've ever played. I've never played another one. I don't give a shit about Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask or
Ocarina's overrated.
Breath of the Wild. Don't care. I love my 2D Legend of Zelda game. I could beat this if I had this game right now. I could beat the whole game in like 2 to 3 hours without dying.
Yo, okay.
I was nuts at this game. No, remember in the last day of 8th grade, I brought this with me and I beat it that day.
Dude.
In a new file. I'm not playing about this game. I'm nuts at this game. Not like speedrunner nuts, but I'm just really good.
I'll see what GDQ next year, alright?
I'm not speedrunning a GBA game.
That's what they want you to think. You'll just see a surprise appearance by Michael Griddle.
Yo.
They call me the drink.
You're not even a cup.
This game's just good. It's it's Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
I think the consensus, I don't know what the consensus is on like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, but before the consensus was like, oh, it's either like Ocarina of Time or this game. It's like one of the best. I did everything in it. I know where everything is. I could do everything. The only thing I never did was actually play Four Swords more than like twice.
When we played it together that one time.
Yeah, that was one of the times I played Four Swords.
That was the only time I ever played Four Swords.
Bruh.
Legend of Zelda, it's one of the best gaming franchises ever for a reason, Balloons Tower Defense 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the this is the best tower defense game ever. Someone who's played a lot. This is the one that just feels the best.
I do agree, even though I do like 5 more.
It fleshed out the systems that 5 implemented. Like 5 had the 2-path system where you can go either 4-2 or 2-4, in upgrades. 6 has 3 paths where you can go like 5, 2, 0, or all the other variations. I think it's like 8 variations of them. It feels better. Heroes are fun. Unlocking them, having them, develop. Strategizing about when to put them down. All the different game modes are really fun. Chimps, the challenge one where you have 1 life. What's a challenge? No extra money, so you can't farm. You only have 1 life. No, you can't spend monkey money on continues or anything. You can't do anything. You're basically playing the bare bones game. That's probably one of the best challenges in tower defense. Like, it's just straight up just testing your pure knowledge of the game, how you can budget, how you can strategize for every single hard round. Like, you got to know every single round that's hard. Like, you got to know that round 42 is really hard. Or round 76 can fuck you up if you're not prepared. No, having good knowledge of the game is rewarded very well. And it's good. Unfortunately, it is no longer my most played Steam game. TF2 has beaten it.
Bruh.
And honestly, I haven't played VTD6 in a while. But it's still there for a reason, because it's just one of the best tower defense games ever. A game I could play for hours.
Plus, it has Quincy, and Quincy is goated. So
Nothing
therefore,
gets
it's the
past
best
my
game.
bow.
Quincy's goated.
Quincy, who can't hit a pink balloon if it's
Shut
not
the
going in a
fuck up.
straight line.
Quincy's
Fucking
goated. Don't you
dumbass.
dare. No,
Get your
don't
bitch
slander
ass out of
Quincy.
here. I want
No,
Benjamin.
don't slander Quincy.
I want Benjamin.
I don't give a shit about Benjamin.
I'll take Benjamin. I'll
Quincy's
take
goated.
Captain Churchill. Captain Churchill isn't even good in late
Yo,
game.
the
but he's
dialogue
better.
is starting.
Quincy's goated. You just don't understand. You don't understand the goat that is Quincy.
He's a good early game one. He's honestly actually really good in chimps. It's either between him or Oben Greenfoot in chimps, but those are really nice.
Thank you for putting the respect on his name. I appreciate it.
Also, Gwendolyn's really very good. Shout out, what's her name? Admiral Brickle. Very cool.
Bricked up.
Yo.
Love Admiral Brickle. Shout out BTD6. Shout out Ninja Kiwi. The game's still actively being updated. They just added another tower recently.
They actually care.
Ultra Kill, which is probably the game that I've played the most, the game that I've started the most recently on here. It's just like this game is, I feel, is exactly what I want in games, which, as you can probably guess from most of this, primarily gameplay focus, primarily faster pace, and things that reward a game that rewards you for thinking and strategizing. It's a very good game, and it's not even done.
Yeah.
They're still releasing levels, and it's probably not gonna be done for like another year or 2.
Bruh.
The game's just so good.
And then they're gonna release DLC expansions.
The movement's so good. Everything about it feels good. The weapons, they all synergize with each other in such unique ways that, most people wouldn't even think of trying these things. The game rewards you for trying these random things you never would have thought of doing. Like, you could hit an enemy 4 times with the same rail cannon shot if you reflected off of coins used from the pistol. Which an average person wouldn't think of doing. But you can do it, and it also makes it a really good speedrunning game, because there's so much you can do to, move around, to kill bosses, to destroy enemies immediately, to wipe out an entire room of enemies that, when you start the game, is like, could have kicked your ass, but now you can kill them all in like 2 buttons. It's just a very, the main thing I'm saying is just rewarding. It's just so, everything just feels so good.
Satisfying.
Probably just one of the best feeling games on here. Like, everything about this game just feels good. I don't know if I'd even say there's a part of this game that I don't like. Once the game's fully released, it might move up a bit more.
Yo.
But as it stands, it's already really good. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and in terms of video game OSTs, this is one of the other ones I actually listen to.
Now, like, the way you're gassing this game up right now, you'd expect it to be number 1 on the list.
It's good. If it's just not done, and it doesn't have, like, a lot of the other games on here have a lot of, like, personal importance.
That's true, that's fair.
This game's just really fucking good. It scratches a very particular itch. It's nice. Buy it. Buy the game. Buy Ultra Kill. Not sponsored. Jak 3, which considered by the larger Jak community is supposed to be worse than Jak 2. I just like this game. I 100%ed it. I think this might have been actually the first game I ever 100%ed.
Yo.
I love the dark eco, light eco mechanic, just adding more dynamics to the way you can play the game. You can go for more combat oriented or like support type things. The weapons are much more in depth. Like Jak 2, you only had 4 guns. In this game, you have 12. One of them isn't useful, but it's all just so different. You can experiment so much. There's a whole area where you just drive around in this massive dune buggy with guns on it, which is completely separate from all the other gameplay. And that's its own entire thing, which I could talk about for a very long time. There's so many challenges here and there, just trying different things, gun trials, platforming trials, combat trials. Everything's just good. Everything about this game. I like every part of this game. All of these games up here, there's no part of them I don't like. Okay, I'm kind of lying about one thing, but that's for later. Jak 3 is just really good. One of my first favorite games. You know, shame there was never a sequel for it. Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST. I'm counting these both as the same game. This one is tough. This part was really tough for me, deciding if this should be below Halo Combat Evolved or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think Combat Evolved is, personally to me, is more important, so it's higher. I do think Halo 3 ODST is the better game, though. Halo 3 the ODST campaign is one of the best campaigns in Halo. Completely different. You know, you play through 5 different characters. You get to experience, you know, the one of the most important things in Halo lore is the glassing of New Mombasa, the city, and you're there before that happens, and you're fighting for your life, and you're trying to do everything, and you're not even playing as Master Chief, you're playing as a regular soldier. You know, you get destroyed. Really good. There's so much lore that goes into the ODST part of the game.
I thought you said you don't care about video game stories.
If you do care about it, it's there, you know, it's good. You know, there's so much that goes into it. On top of that is Halo 3 itself, which has a very good campaign. The missions are very fun to play through. The multiplayer is very fun. Sandbox is super fun. I spent so many hours just spawning random vehicles in Sandbox and dying stupidly. You could spawn like 30 trip mines in the elephants on Sandbox or on Sandtrap. That's what one of the maps is called, and you could flip it over, which is something you wouldn't be able to do in regular gameplay, and that's fun. There's just so much to it in every single aspect of it. Getting all the skulls is fun. Beating the game at a higher difficulty is super fun. I like every part of this game. Everything about this is such a good game. All throughout. Halo fans will get on me for not putting Reach on here.
Yo.
Reach is good. I don't give a shit about 4 or 5 or Infinite.
I don't think anyone else does either.
It's here. Combat Evolved is up higher, which I think this might have been one of the first games I ever actually played. It's just good. Everything about it. It's from the game's from 2001. Like this game is old. I think this was like the second oldest game on here, next to MVC1.
Okay,
even
Grandpa.
You're older than me.
Okay, so
even if the game's from 2001, it still feels very good. It feels like a game that could have been made today. The way people talk about the first Half-Life as being like one of the foundational FPS games, that's how I feel about Combat Evolved. If I never played this game, no Call of Duty game would be on here, no Halo game would be on here, no other shooter game would even be on here if I never played Combat Evolved. It's a very simple game. You know, like literally the only customization in multiplayer is just changing the color of the armor. You can't even change the armor pieces. Can't even be an elite yet. but it's everything it has is just very well done.
I do agree with you there. This game is really good, and it is like super influential. Like, I feel like if you didn't have a PC to experience like an FPS like with like how I don't know how you describe it, like because you know how Half-Life is like the PC game. I'd say like this would be the console equivalent to like that kind of experience on like a console.
The Xbox game.
And this is the Xbox. This game is the reason you bought an Xbox.
This franchise as a whole is why you'd buy an Xbox. Maybe not nowadays, but
that's why I was an Xbox kid. Halo alone. Shout out Halo. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. This is my favorite racing game of all time. Very honestly, like just looking at everything else, it's kind of weird that it's here. The game is a street racing game where you race throughout San Diego, Atlanta, and Detroit.
Yo.
So much details in the city, like, you know. I played this game when I lived in San Diego, and I was like, yo, I've been here.
Yo.
I've been to SeaWorld. I've been there.
Yo.
I've been to Belmont Park. I've been there. And you could go there in the game. You drive on the beaches. You drive everywhere.
Dude, that's
and I just
cool.
had so much fun with that. All the car selection too was just really good. Like, you know, this game was made by Rockstar, and you know they make GTA 5 now, and GTA 5 doesn't have a single licensed vehicle because now most vehicle companies are like, hey, I don't want people playing my game and seeing my cars get scratched up. You could destroy the shit out of any car you drive in this game. There's all cars that you could ever just imagine just driving, like all the major car brands.
Hell yeah.
It
just adds to the level of immersion too. Like you're driving real cars in real places. It's like
real car in real places in a game that actually looks pretty good for coming out in 2003 or 2004. Love this game. I love it. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, the game that is here exclusively for zombies. I don't care about the campaign. I don't care about the multiplayer. People say the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer is the best. I don't give a shit. I love zombies. This game is why I love zombies. Transit, not that good of a map. Die Rise, not that good of a map. Mob of the Dead, Buried, and Origins. 3 of some of the best maps in Call of Duty Zombies history. In my opinion, I think those are better than anything Black Ops 3 has done. And don't get me wrong, Black Ops 3 has great maps. Mob of the Dead is the blueprint for modern zombies. Buried was everything that the previous Black Ops 2 maps tried to be in Transit and Die Rise. It was everything they wanted to be. Everything in that, the systems they tried to do with like the buildables and like that system, it was fully realized and Buried. And Origins is zombies. I think Origins is the best zombie map. Like, I think it's the best quality-wise. Buried is my favorite. Origins is just so good. I still play it sometimes. There's so much that goes into it. So much secret, so much small shit. All the stuff that you do just makes sense. I love Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies is the best zombies game. Even if the first 2 maps people don't like, even if Transit or Die Rise are always bottom 5 out of like the 60 zombies maps that exist total, the back half was miles ahead. Like, Transit and Die Rise could have killed the YouTube zombies community. But Mob of the Dead, Buried, and Origin saved it.
But the rest of the game, nah.
Nah,
I literally just care about it for the zombies.
I just literally, yes, legitimately. 100. That is a factual statement. I love Black Ops 2 Zombies that much.
Damn, that's impressive.
It was the first game I actually bought the DLC for.
Yo.
It's just that goated.
It is.
Respect.
Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. It's one of, I think there's 3 RPGs on here total. I don't play RPGs that much. I love T2ID. This might be the kind of like, oh, yeah, I've played it as a kid, so I like it so much. Yeah, I won't lie, but I just like this game.
I mean, it holds up
feel
really well too, though. Even if you're like playing it for the first time with the remake, I feel
even
like
playing the original game on my very real GameCube, it still feels fun. And even playing the remake, that felt fun. That felt great. Even all the quality of life changes in the remake make this game so much better.
But it's 30 FPS.
Who cares? If you can't superguard on 30 FPS, you didn't deserve superguard either way.
On your very real Game Boy, obviously.
Learning how to guard the attacks it just makes the game so much more dynamic. Because just guarding everything is kind of but super guarding, if you hit it, you're like, yeah, I'm him, and if you miss it, you're like, oh, I'm cooked.
Wait, I'm goated?
Wait, I'm goated? Wait, I'm cooked.
Might play Clutch.
I think all the bosses are really good and very fun. Even all the levels I like. Like, even people say they don't like Chapter 2. I still like it. Every different chapter is so different, and just it goes into like how like good the level design is. Even if compared to like the newer Paper Mario games, they're a lot more in depth and not areas that you go left and right in. I still like what it has. The partners are fun. If you like story, the story's good. There's so much individual choices you can make with just badge setups and how you approach the game. You can do like Danger Mario strats or whatever. You can go out all out in combat. Game's really good. Remake's really good. There's nothing about this game that I even look poorly upon. And the beta, in sometimes I could probably put it up in number 1. I think.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, but Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, a game I literally for the last 2 weeks I have been unable to get this game out of my head.
Bro's
literally.
Been labbing.
Literally, this game has not left my mind. Everything I've been doing, my job that I get paid for, that I work full time, I'm still thinking about Marvel.
Real.
It's Marvel.
It's Marvel, baby. That's why Wooly didn't have sex with 2 girls, bruh.
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is miles better than Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It improves in every way, I think. Adds more characters. I think it just kind of generally looks better. It just has more to it. And it feels more refined. Everything about this game is good. Like, this is obviously my favorite fighting game. It's just everything about it is so good. Just watching people play at an elite level,
yeah,
insanely impressive. Even if like, Virgil's busted, Zero's busted, Dr. Doom's busted, Morgan is busted. I think in some cases, if the game just has a fuck ton of busted characters, it's just fine at that point.
That's like what Syndrome said: if everyone's super, no one will be.
Yeah. If every character can do an infinite, who cares? Everyone can do an infinite.
I mean, also every fighting game has busted characters. There's like one exception to that rule, and that was
if the fighting game doesn't have busted characters, it's a bad game.
Street Fighter 6 is pretty balanced so far, and that game's pretty peak. Hey, hop off peak.
I'll hop off Street Fighter. I'll respect Street Fighter. It's like a pretty decent part of this roster. Also, this game just has a good roster, even though it did make some cuts from MBC2.
No Gambit.
Yeah, no Gambit's pretty bad. No like Iceman or Thanos. Yeah, Iceman. Pretty bad.
Yeah, but we got Sentinel. Let's go.
You got Sentinel. I think they were good. They were good cuts. Like, who gives a shit about Blackheart and Spiral?
Amingo. No. What about Amingo?
No one cares. I mean, I know people say they like Amingo and Sansan and Ruby Heart. Do you? But do you just think of MT2?
Amingo is funny.
But Amingo.
But Amingo. But the surf bot.
But roll.
Look, we all know what a bad Marvel vs. Capcom roster is because we saw Infinite.
Yeah.
Hey, we saw that.
There was a roster.
X-Men. No X-Men at all.
No Dr. Doom.
Our only hope is that now that Disney owns every single Marvel thing, I think they just literally own everything except Spider-Man now, but I think they have the video game rights to Spider-Man. If a new MVC is made, it will have a good roster again, I think. I love Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Hi.
And I'm finally done.
Respect that list.
That was a lot of time on that list, but it was 50 games. I'm sorry.
I gotta be real with you. I was expecting to have more controversy on that list, but honestly, pretty solid.
Yeah, we were just nodding and agreeing.
Yeah, you really say anything.
Yeah.
Minus the Quincy comment.
Yeah, minor dialogue started with the BTD talk.
I'm just a Quincy stan, all right.
If there's any pick on here if there's a pick on here that I would say is weird, aside from like the Flash games at the bottom, it might just be Halo Wars. Because in my mind, this is the weirdest game I've played on here. I don't play RTS. Like everything else here kind of usually makes sense. There is a polar bear in Arlington, Texas.
There's a polar bear.
And that Halo Wars is that game, but I love Halo Wars. It's fun.
I've also never played any of the Halo games, so I literally have like no say in this race. That's why I kind of don't have like criticism for it.
Halo's really good. Like I mentioned that before, how Halo fans will get upset for not having Reach on here. Because even then, I will admit, Reach is really good. I just didn't have that personal connection. I love Halo 3 so much more.
Halo fans, people have opinions.
Sorry, did you hear me sneeze?
Yeah. Or not sneeze, but I heard you scream. Like, what was that?
That was me.
Oh, okay. I thought you screamed.
I was the one that screamed. I was saying, and when people have opinions. Okay.
Yeah, if you have opinions that are different than mine, you got problems.
You have to die.
Anyways, I'm done. Finally.
All right, who's next?
Let's get someone else.
Is Cat still
up? So I
up?
can stop talking.
Yeah, Cat is still up. Cat, why don't you go before you fall asleep, just in case?
I'm offended, but
you know it.
You're not wrong.
Let's see what you got. I haven't even looked at yours.
Cat's list is now up on the screen.
Actually, where is
got it?
There's
I was starting to get comfy, and I kind of see where Tori's coming from, so hopeful and get wrapped around me. I was interested. Alright, am I starting from top or bottom?
Start from your lowest to your top.
Alright, lowest, obviously, Overwatch. I like Overwatch. I like games where I shoot people. Love Diva. I love their skins. Hate everybody who uses text chat. I've been bullied so much in that game. I can't even get good at the game because people just fucking hate women.
They do hate
women.
Ooh, I hate women.
Overwatch players love
women.
I play
Overwatch.
Overwatch people hate women. But I do like their new character.
We love Juno.
I like their character concept. Love their surveys. Their survey skins are cute as heck.
Yeah, they need to release them.
Yeah, that's Overwatch. Yeah, second one, I want to put it higher, but I've not played it in ages. It just holds such a fond memory of going to Blockbuster as a kid and renting the Littlest Pet Shop, mainly the Arctic one, because I love that little fucking polar bear. He's my best friend.
I like the Texas.
Yeah, probably the same polar bear. He's got a job. Yeah, just solely, I love all the Littlest Pet Shop DS games. I still have some, and I still play them. They're just great. They age so well. I don't have any complaints. Hello Kitty Dream Village, we have a love-hate relationship. It is a game where you literally just sit, and you press buttons, and you do dress up a lot. And that game really wants you to spend money on it, and I have not fallen down that hole. I think I've downloaded and deleted that game over 50 times.
Whoa.
I just keep going back, and then I keep getting bored of it, and then I keep going back. The Tsushima game I put on here is like 3 different versions of this game, because it's the same game, no matter what kind you get. You just match the little fuckers together. And I'm just really good at it. And maybe it's Candy Crush for me at my age, but like, stupid little Disney beans.
Yo.
Love Nikki. Look, I don't understand how this game has this much lore for being a dress-up game. I just like dress-up games.
Yo,
I
respect.
heard they're coming out. I heard they're coming out with a whole like world one. Like straight up whole world. Kind of surprising. Like there's gonna be a whole story to it where basically you're just saving war with dress-up games. And I love it. This one I don't know why I put it so low on the list, but Monkey Ball.
Monkey Ball.
Shout out
Monkey
Monkey
Ball.
Ball.
We're gonna start a
I-
we're gonna start a dialogue right now. Banana Mania
Yeah.
fans sucks. You have to play the
I
originals.
just picked the Monkey Ball. I'm sorry. The only Monkey Ball I've played is the one in round one.
Oh shit! They got like the actual like arcade cab.
Yeah, and they got the whole little ball that you roll, and it's really fun.
That's
Look
pretty
at
cool.
that.
And it's a Monkey Ball.
I
It's great. Crafting Mama, top tier. Top tier Cookie Mama game in the franchise. You get to make stuff, and you get to decorate the kitchen with it.
Not regular cooking mama.
Regular Cookie Mama's good, but Crafting Mama, you get to make a fan out of bamboo. You get to cross stitch. You get to do pottery. You get to sew. Like this is the shit you need to know. You don't need how to cook. That's what microwaves are for. You need to know how to make cool crafts. Webkins, 10 out of 10. I don't think I could love a game without plushies being involved. Still to this day, go to thrift stores and get the plushes
You.
I do have
with
a.
the cookies. Have you ever seen a Webkins fish?
No.
Yeah.
Let me just show you what the Webkins fish plush looks like, and I want you to understand why I love it.
I do have a question to ask. Why does the Webkins Classic thing look like the Weezer logo?
Bruh.
Funny thing about Webkins, there was a controversy in Webkins because some people on the internet, probably Toby,
Oh my god.
What?
went around telling kids that the duck doctor was there to kill your Webkins, and then a bunch of kids believed it. I was one
Oh
of those
my
kids.
bad. Yeah. I was the one who said that.
Toby, why'd you do that? Toby, what the fuck?
Dude, it was pretty funny. Should have seen the looks on
Bro,
their
the
faces.
memes were funny.
I like Webkins is just so good. You just I don't know where anybody else got Webkins, but I remember when I was a kid, you go to Hallmark, and yes, Hallmark was like a regular store at that point, and not just a place where grandparents buy ornaments. Go to Hallmark, you get yourself a Webkins for like $8. You go home, you add it to the game, you get a little birth certificate to print out. You dress them up. I used to play the dress-up game in there all the time, but it was like one that you had to like remember what outfits they wear. Yeah, I love Webkins.
Alright, I'm
And
just
that Webkins fish.
the
Okay,
Webkins fish.
The Webkins fish. He's seen stuff.
He's been through hell.
He's crimes. And I want you to know that there is one looking at me right now in our apartment. Just he's on the floor. He's sad.
Oh, I forget he's there all the time. Yeah, there he is. What's up, buddy?
He just kill it. Calico. What can I say?
What is
Cat,
Calico?
lesbian. It's a little indie game. I got it because I like for Christmas or something. I like had some extra money. You run a cat cafe, but it's not just a cat cafe. You go around town, you help people. You can catch little animals to put in your cafe. I think there's like foxes and like owls and stuff. From what I remember, mainly cats. You can make the cats big and ride them. A lot of lesbians. Really good soundtrack. Like I have one of the songs still on my Spotify. Really good soundtrack. It's just cute. I did finish it in like 2 days, and that was like while working. So like it's very easy to finish. It's just cute. Call of Duty Zombies.
Is this
I don't know what else to
mobile
say.
game?
Yeah, is this a mobile game?
Is this the mobile game? Did I pick the wrong one?
Yeah, I think you picked the wrong.
Oh,
I think you
Bruh.
meant to put the same as Isaiah for the Black Ops 2 zombies.
Is this-
It's the same as I said. That's mainly because like I grew up playing with my dad. Bonding moments over shooting zombies, and I used to be terrified of them, and that I just enjoyed murder, but then still got very scared to play
Bruh.
it by myself because I genuinely like my brain was like, oh, I'm gonna die. Security breach ruins.
Yo.
Let me preference this. I'm not a furry.
I'm not a furry.
Hey yo.
Don't start
hear
there.
me out.
Hear me out, Roxanne, motherfucking wolf.
Roxanne Wolf, you hit it.
Roxanne, motherfucking wolf.
I love the game. I love FNAF.
Would.
Bruh.
I love the lore. I love the design. I love my little silly sun and moon man. I love how he very obviously is bipolar and just medication, just like Kanye.
Okay, we can't say that. You can't say that.
No one said I can't say that. Yeah, love security breach. Bug snacks.
I love bug snacks.
Kind of bug, kind of snacks.
Kind of bugs, kind of snacks. Got the game randomly. Just these little Muppets catching bug snacks. Found out at the end of the game that one of my favorite artists, that I can't remember her name, did a song for it, and it is still on my playlist to this day. Straight up platinum this game.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, she made a song for a game. 10 out of 10.
Didn't she
Was
make the main
forced-
song?
Did she?
I
Yeah,
thought
it's
so.
literally called Bug Snacks. And it's a bob. It's just a bob.
And you can't forget about the bug snacks. The bug snack. The greatest bug snack to have ever existed. Potentially the greatest creature to ever existed in the world. Bunger.
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 Oh
But,
my
like-
god.
Bunger.
I love the game. I love Stabby, my cute little baby. Would kill for Stabby. Kind of Monkey Ball-esque. Stabby in a ball,
That's so real.
just like Monkey Ball. And a snail, 10 out of 10. I like food. I like stupid little designs. Bunger, I relate to him way too much. I am stupid and angry all the time too. So like, what else do you want me to say?
You know what we do want? Bug snacks too. Make it happen.
I really want those bugs too.
More bugs, more snacks. What more
It's
could
just
people
it's
want?
like a really fun. It's a game you kind of only play once though, because like I don't know. Once you see all the bugs and you see all the snacks. Sticky business. I love this game. You just basically make stickers and sell them. The amount of creativity they give you in this game is way too much, in a good way. Also, it's very gay. A lot of the games I have on here are gay. Unpacking, really good for my little tism brain. I do enjoy that there is a story behind unpacking.
Wait, what's this game about?
Basically, you like unpack somebody's life.
Oh,
So
okay.
like you start in like the childhood bedroom, then you go to like college, then you go and like move in with the first boyfriend. That doesn't go well. Move in with roommates. Move into your first house. It's just nice that there's like a subtle story through these objects. And God, it's so satisfying. Pokemon Shield. I don't know. I just like the game.
It's Pokemon.
Is
I
that
like
just
the little
your
monsters,
favorite
you know?
Pokemon generation?
No, it's my favorite game. I like the amount of customization I get to have in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I guess yeah, it's my favorite. It's my favorite generation of trainers mostly because Marnie's in there. My cat is named after that. I don't know. I just like that's the first game that I like can mentally. It's like I played Pokemon as a kid. I just can't remember it that well. But like this is the first game I can like mentally say like, oh, I played that myself. Yeah, I like cooking with the babies.
I have a message for the Pokemon Company. please, in your future games, add back the customizations from Sword and Shield for the trainers. My God, I don't want to look like a gay trainer. I don't want to look like a schoolgirl. Let me fucking change my outfit, please.
That is like something I genuinely want in this game. Is the amount of customization you're allowed to have
Let me change my
for your trainer. Because they really stopped doing.
I just don't care anymore.
They stopped.
You just
They
said,
straight up stopped. Future Tone. I mainly
Yo.
got this because I played it once in round 1, and then we went home. We found it at GameStop. Well, we found the one on GameStop, and then we found this one, and we're like, you know what, fuck it. Hatsune Miku. Do have to say I've never played a harder mode than easy. I'm really bad at rhythm games. I just like listening to the songs and buying the outfit. Franbo, I had an odd obsession with this game as a child. Still kind of do. I love creepy little story games.
What's it about?
Yeah. Schizophrenic child
Mm.
goes through kind of like a Wonderland situation. I don't know if they're schizophrenic. I don't want to say that. It's just like kind of like a Wonderland situation. I love the like creepiness of the art style. I've watched like 20 different people play through it just because I enjoy it so much. Never played it through myself. I feel so guilty saying that, but I'm that kind of person where I like if I watch a certain amount of people play it, then I feel like I've played it.
so real.
Missed messages. Never had a game made me cry harder. Genuinely a beautiful game. Very much covers very heavy topics, but it's a beautiful visual novel. Will make you bawl your eyes out. But yeah, no, it covers a lot of like SH and I guess like illness and that, and it's just like it's also lesbians.
Yo.
Heyo.
Hey, yo.
I just like when I first played through this game, I bawled my eyes out. And this is a game where you get different endings. So you're gonna have to keep playing it. And there is a very bad ending, and it's like there's not a good ending.
Man.
Because life
Just like
doesn't
real life,
have a
yeah.
good ending.
Damn.
Real life,
This says a
bro.
lot about society.
But it's just like, well, it's not to spoil the game, but you either the girl self cancels or the other girl naturally dies of cancer. And I understand both as bad endings, but one ending they got to live their life together happily. And the other ending it's just cut short. They didn't get to have the happiness they deserve. But it is both sad. But very good. Very beautiful. And the songs are amazing. Animal Crossing.
Yo.
Yeah, peak.
Yo.
The best one. The best one.
The reason I
Most
have
fun
this
to
one
spit.
mainly on here is because you do not know the amount of Pinterest boards, Tumblr revlogs I had of just these
Tumblr
pixelated outfits.
reblogs.
Just these pixelated outfits that I would try hard on to make my character look beautiful. The amount of times I ran in that shop to get the accessories that I wanted. Also, rest in peace to my man, Kappa. You solely will be missed. I'm sad that
Bruh.
they don't let you sail the seas and sing your songs anymore.
He's been banned from Twitter.
He has not been banned from Twitter. He's just been killed by Nintendo shutting down the online.
Oh.
Great man though. I loved hearing his beautiful voice sing to me as we sailed the seas. But no, New Leaf is my favorite. And maybe it's because I'm a customization whore. But like I don't know. But like I like what is the new one? New Horizons? New Horizons. I just don't like how smooth it looks. I want it to look a little cheap. You know what I mean?
Like, there's a certain charm to like older
Yeah.
graphics.
That's personality.
Yeah. It's personality and Fortnite.
Yo, we like Fortnite.
Who you like?
I like pew pews. I like running people over with cars.
Nolan chance.
Gotta get canceled for this, but
I like hitting the gritty as Goku.
I love hitting the gritty. Not as Goku though. Gonna get canceled for this, but cars are not bad. You were just bad at the game.
So
I hate to
real.
say it. The Cars season was not bad. You were just bad at the game. If you can't find the joy and just going bonk and killing somebody, then what's the point of playing Fortnite?
Exactly. Wah, cram me a river, bitch.
I think the last time I played Fortnite was like a year ago. Like I played it during like the original like first chapter or whatever it
You
was.
were an
back
OG?
then. Yes. I started playing like season 2. I still had fun a year ago. Like, you know, I could go say whatever I want. Like, oh, the game changed. It doesn't play the same. It looks different. It feels different. It doesn't have tilted towers.
Wait.
The game's fun. It just
I
is.
think
It's just fun. It's just a fun game.
I think there's a real big issue.
And the skins,
Not
you know,
alone.
there's everything you could want.
Really, there's everything you could want.
You want to be Goku? Sure.
You
You
want
want
to
to
be
be Spider-Man?
Goku?
Sure.
I'll be
The-
Doctor
the-
Doom.
Doctor Doom?
The D3 thing felt a little weird. We're just not gonna talk about it because I genuinely don't care about it.
$4.
But and again, I know people are gonna whine about this. The Marvel stuff is good. I am a Marvel dick writer. I love Marvel. Hate Kevin Feige though. I hate a lot about Marvel, but I love Marvel. Just let me have my cute. I love Marvel for the wrong reasons. Hot men, hot men,
Uh,
and I had an absent father. So here we
Yeah,
are.
I mean, like Chris Evans is pretty hot. Not gonna lie.
Chris
Hey, yo.
Evans,
come on.
Oscar Isaac, Pedro Pascal,
Oh yeah,
Hugh
he's in it now.
Jackman,
We're starting out.
Harrison
Andrew
Ford.
Garfield. I'm
Harrison
sorry, but I don't
Ford.
see Tom Holland as attractive. Like, it's not that Tom Holland is not attractive. He's just
It's a twink.
he's a baby.
He's just
He's a twink.
the thing people always say. He looks like he has a frog in his mouth, and he's trying not to
He's
let
a
it out.
frog.
Bruh.
He's just a baby, and I love it. No, love the Marvel update. Thank God they had a Gwenpool. I love her. She's adorable. Rest in peace, Jeff. You will be missed. Roblox is on here for one game and one game
Yo.
only. Dress to impress. I'm
Dressed to
sorry.
impress.
I love
Goated
dress up
game.
games. I'm a little addicted. I
Man,
like to dress up.
Me
I
when I'm
like to
based up.
compete and dress up.
Me when I'm-
Yeah. Also, this is a fun game on Roblox. Regretivator, 10 out of 10. I love that little alien cat that would say probably some bad things to me.
He said at least one slur. Maybe 2.
He definitely said it's a Warcraft. Sims 4. Hate it, but I love it. I hate the I don't hate the creators. I hate what they've done to the game and how they don't listen to the fans, but I love the fans. Custom content. I love getting viruses on my computer to make my Sims look pretty. Do I wind up playing with the Sims? No. But do I spend 3 hours building their house and then 5 hours on customization? Absolutely.
Have you played other Sims games? Is this one just the
Nope.
best to you? No? Okay.
Well, I played the mobile one.
That doesn't count.
No.
Who do you say what
Um,
counts?
But I do have to say that I got Sims 4 for free.
That's so-
Before it was free. I got it for like a free weekend.
Nice.
But yeah, and then I gave in and bought like 2 item packs. Rest in
Oh,
peace,
you
me.
spent $1,000 on expansion packs for The Sims 4? Those shits are so expensive.
And I don't play it anymore as much because I killed my laptop downloading custom content. Do I regret it? No. Custom content. Pokemon Unite. I know this is really weird to have it up here, but I really enjoyed that game.
League, but good.
Yeah,
No, Reno!
it is wholeheartedly just League, but good. I love killing people as Sylveon. There's some toxic people, but they can't talk to you.
You can also mute. You can also
They
mute.
can't talk to you. So,
Shepard.
it's a good game. I love the outfits. They're so cute. I love Pokemon games where you can give them little outfits because they deserve it. They're just babies. Minecraft. I'm scared to say anything about Minecraft.
Guys,
Why?
Yeah, why?
Minecraft people do not have good representation.
what do you mean, Jack Black, guys?
Minecraft people do not have good
Jack
representation.
I
Black.
mean, just separate the game with like the community. I mean, that's always best thing to
Dog.
do.
No,
Everyone involved is a weirdo. Even Notch is a weirdo.
everyone involved is bad. Not
The creator of the game is bad. The content
like,
creators
he-
are bad.
he
Microsoft just isn't good.
He doesn't own the game anymore, technically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the new
Microsoft
people
owns
don't listen to anybody. They
Except for
won't
Drew.
update the game.
Except for
Anytime
Drew.
they do the creative, the only person they listen to is Mr. Beast and Dream.
Mr.
Beast.
Beast? What?
And that's why we have close.
That's why we don't have
Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Come
Building
on, Jimmy.
just itches my brain. I just like to build stuff. I like to build little homes to live in.
That's virtual
Can I play
Legos.
alone? No, because I die instantly. I just like building little cute. Stardew Valley, the best game you will ever play in your life, and I have so many hours on that game that I need therapy.
You could kiss a hoe. Okay, I don't want to get copyrighted.
All right, here we go. You got good OST. You got hot characters. You got good fandom. They're kind. They're nice. You got the world's best creator. No issues. It's Stardew Valley. The mods, they're great. Again, the creator is such a fucking sweetheart, and I love him.
There's a character named Alex in Stardew Valley.
There's a character named Alex.
There's
He's
also
not
a
my
character
type,
named
but
Alex
maybe
in
he's
Minecraft.
your type, Alex.
He plays football, I think, doesn't he?
He plays football. He has daddy issues.
Bruh.
He's
Bruh.
living his life. Me, on the other hand, I like the women.
Shout out women.
I like the
Haley,
women who like Haley, who call me gross and dirty. I like Abigail, who eats rocks. This
Yo,
is all canon, by the
Abigail.
way.
Yeah, bro.
I also like that you get the choice. You can get the choice. You got like you can be gender neutral, you could be female, male, whatever you want. And the best choice, you could be a capitalist or a communist. Your choice.
Communism versus capitalism.
It's your choice, though. But I do.
You
understand why
decide.
you have to do the capitalist route to platinum the game, and I physically can't do it because I hate that little fucker JoJo. He's just a doo-doo head, and I hate him. That's my list. I'm not a real gamer.
Oh, this is pretty gamey.
Yeah.
These are
Good.
video games.
That's great.
These are video games.
These
I
are
apologize for
games.
putting the Black Ops zombies.
Look, look, people only play Black Ops for the zombies, you know? That's the best part, you know?
That's me.
And you know what? They do have good music in there.
They do.
I feel the need to share this for legal reasons. We do not associate ourselves with Mr. Beast nor the Mr. Beast brand, and the comments on the Mr. Beast brand are purely as jokes and attentions. We have no relationships.
Yeah, we have no relations. We also have nothing stopping us from saying what we want. So give us money, Jimmy. Give us money,
Come
Jimmy,
on,
or
Jimmy.
we'll release our opinions. Come on, Jimmy.
I was more saying that because I don't think we want association with Mr. Beast right now. But
I have no
Yeah, I want
association
mine.
with any Minecraft content creators. I am of age. Never have.
Bruh.
All right. Anyway, who wants to go next?
Good
Alex?
list. Who's next?
Who's next?
I think it's Alex Atori.
I think Alex should go next.
Bruh.
All right, let me pull up your
Alex
list.
has been drafted.
Yo.
Alex, I got drafted into the war.
Okay.
Oh, is
Alright.
it on?
Yeah, it's
already?
on screen right now.
Oh, okay,
So you
bro,
can,
my
you
bad.
can talk.
Okay, I just did this kind of like 70% of this list is just nostalgia. I still played some of these games, actually a handful, like once in a while. But all right, first we got Batman Arkham City.
Heck yeah.
So I went through a huge Batman phase in like middle school. I like the animated series, and so when I heard this had like the voice actors, I was like, I gotta play this game.
Wait, we weren't supposed to get out of that phase. Were we
Yeah,
supposed to get out of that phase?
yeah. I mean, like, I mean, I haven't really watched the animated series in a while, but I don't know. I do like the costumes in this game. Like, you get to play as like the actual, like, you have the costumes from like, some of the comics and also the animated series. I think it's pretty goofy playing as the animated Batman in like a realistic Arkham looking environment. I think that's kind of fun. And I know this is like a meme, but yes, the gadgets do make you feel like Batman. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Just I had good memories with that game, so I just decided to put that as the first one.
Can I ask, did you play the other Arkham games?
I did actually,
Is this
except
one?
for Night.
Okay, I heard Night sucks anyway.
Good job.
You think this is
But-
better than
The
its
newest
time?
one?
You avoided the worst
Um,
one. Good job.
Yeah, I guess this is my favorite one. Also, the first one I played. So, yeah.
Right.
But next we got Portal 2.
Yo.
I never
Heck yeah.
played Portal 1, but I did play Portal 2. I don't know, something that kind of like stuck out to me in this game is just seeing the title screen because it's just like an abandoned lab with like some like trees kind of just knocked over, and you see Glottis's like kind of not destroyed, but just kind of shut off body. And I don't know, I just like kind of solving the little puzzles with the portal gun, and teaming up with Glaudus to defeat the evil British robot was pretty fun. So
Yeah,
yeah,
boo the British!
Yeah, fuck the British.
Let's go.
Boo British people!
I don't know. There's some lore in this game. Don't really care, but it's cool that there is some kind of mystery to it. Ending song is pretty cool, I guess. But
Oh,
yeah, I don't know. Cool puzzle game, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. Also pretty nostalgic for me. Next we got Dragon Ball Raging Blast
Yo.
2. Okay. This game is really busted, like pretty busted. But it's pretty fun. It's if you played the Budokai Tenkaichi games, the people who worked on those worked on this. It's cool like hearing the dialogue between the characters during the fights as well, and like not just like before and after, like when they're actually fighting. Characters do have dialogue, and I think that's pretty neat. They have like the voice actors from the show. It's pretty cool. You can transform, do the iconic super moves. This game, interestingly, does not have a story mode. Which like I don't know. I know like a bunch of Dragon Ball games just retell the anime story, so you're not really missing much. It does have Galaxy mode, which is essentially the best way to put it up is like the equivalent of like the old Smash Ultimate's World of Light, where you go through a bunch of fights, but through with like certain conditions, like try to like beat it in a certain timer, or like or try to fight an opponent that's like constantly running away, or like you're on low health. So I mean, it's not like the best thing, but it's like there. I don't know. I just like it because I was a huge Dragon Ball fan, and this game was pretty fun. Next we got Ultimate Marvel 3.
Yo.
God bless.
I grew up with vanilla, but I recently bought Ultimate maybe like a year or two ago, and it's pretty fun. You got the iconic Marvel characters like X-Men. I like X-Men because I watched the pretty mediocre Fox movies, but I do like
Hey,
the
There were some good
whoa,
ones.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Hugh Jackman's in there! I like Hugh
Look,
Jackman.
look. Okay, does anybody like X-Men 3: The Last Stand? You know,
Hey!
Okay.
or
It's
X-Men
me.
Origins Wolverine?
Okay, I draw my line
Can
there.
you just let me like my silly little cat?
Like, okay, I do like the X-Men movies, even though like half of them are only good. But yeah, I don't know. Pulling off combos in this game is pretty fun. I do like the Capcom characters as well. Like, like Mike said, this game is pretty busted, but that's why it's pretty fun though. Like, I just love playing as like Zero and Virgil. Like,
Yo, Zero May
they are,
Cry.
they're just look. You could call me cheap, but they're fun. All right.
They
Um,
are.
but yeah, this game goes pretty hard. Not gonna lie. All right. Then we got BB Tag.
Yo, the BB tag.
Now, the reason why I put this game is because it's like I guess the first real fighting game I got serious into. And then I'm like, hey, like, I don't know, this game was like, oh, like fighting games could be pretty fun. So it just kind of like pretty much just opened me up to the genre itself. But I guess like why I kind of got this game was because like I played the demo. I noticed it had Ruby characters. I liked Ruby back then. I mean, it's like
Back
whatever
then, you don't like it
now.
now. You don't fuck with it now.
It's. I mean, I like it, but it's just like I have to. I do acknowledge it's pretty not good, but
Bruh.
I don't know. It's just nostalgia basically, and then it had like Persona characters in it as well. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like MVC3. Yeah, this game's pretty busted as well. It's team based, so it's pretty cool. And even though the controls are simple, it does kind of get complicated. It can get complicated sometimes. At least if you're like trying to actually pull off combos and the trials and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Just it introduced me to fighting games, or at least like inspired me to like play more. So I like it. But it's also just a fun game. Next, we have Resident Evil 4. So I remember playing this at my cousin's house when I was a wee lad on his GameCube. And I don't know, it always just, stuck out to me because I think this was like my first M-rated game that I played.
Yo.
But I don't know, like years later, I bought it on Switch, and I don't know, it's pretty cool. Like, I don't know, I do like Leon. I think he's a pretty cool character.
You like the
I know
best
it's like,
character in RE. Straight up.
like I don't know, it's like a meme, you gotta save Ashley, like Leon, help. But it's pretty. I don't know. I like it. There's a certain charm to it. It's iconic for a reason. I know people don't like the tank controls aspect. I mean, I get that, but it's still a lot of fun. Just trying to like, you gotta watch your ammo. You gotta like, you gotta strategize in this game. So I don't know. It just Leon's a cool dude, and so I just like shooting zombies and stuff. And I don't know, this fighting against a cult, pretty cool. But pretty cool game. Next we got Plants versus Zombies.
Yo, two zombie games back to back.
Yeah, zombie games back to back. I played this game. I think I saw like Markiplier play this game. And I was like, wow, this seems like a pretty fun game. So I bought it on my DS. And honestly, it's pretty fun. Like you actually have to like, strategize using like, oh, what kind of plants you gotta use. There's a lot of variety, like, the ice pea shooters, you gotta switch to it, like switches off to nighttime, so you gotta use night plants. Very fun game. Ending song is a banger. Crazy Dave is a cool dude. Love him. And yeah, it's just a silly game that's also pretty fun. Speaking of silly games, we got Cuphead.
Yo.
And I just I don't know, I love like platformers and shooters. And so, having this in like the art style of like the old Fletcher animation was pretty cool. It's a hard game, I won't lie. Did not beat this game. I'm like stuck on Dice Man, like the dude.
The
I don't
guy
know.
before
He's too hard.
Satan.
Yeah. Satan. But yeah, it's a really fun game. I love just the animation. The music is poppin' too. It is just really fun. And if you just like animation in general, it is a fun game to look at visually as well. Also very hard. I do like hard games, and yeah. Next, we got Godzilla Save the Earth on PS2 or an Xbox. So this is just like a pretty, kind of an arena fighter, I guess. But you have Godzilla monsters from iconic movies. I do like how you could just also pick up buildings, throw them. You have, you could shoot fire. You have combos. Besides like kind of fighting, you also have like these mini games that not many people like talk about. Like essentially, like for example, you play as one of the robot monsters into space, and it's basically like Star Fox. There's another one where you play basketball. Like I'm not joking. You play basketball instead of like a basketball. Obviously, you use like a giant rock. And it's pretty silly, but the mini games are pretty fun. But yeah, I don't know. This is also the first game to like include online. So I don't know. That's just cool. But yeah, I'm a huge Godzilla fan. This game was awesome, and yeah, that's pretty epic. Um, Next we have Doki Doki Literature Club.
Visual novel. Let's go.
Yeah, we have to have a visual novel.
Shout out Dan Salvato.
Yeah, Dan Salvato, the 20XX guy. I don't know. I just like this because I don't know. I don't really play visual novels, and I know this is like typical, like, oh, this is not like all the other visual novels, but I don't know. I like how it just starts off as like this kind of innocent type of game, and then it just turns into like like a pretty like shocker horror type of game. Shocker. But I don't know. I do like how meta it is. I know meta is just kind of annoying at this point, especially like all like TV shows and like more games doing it and stuff. But I don't know. I just do like that aspect that it had, and I do like how it just messes with your computer files, and you actually have to like go into the files and like change stuff because it's like pretty important, right? And I don't know. I just love the characters. They all have like personalities that just stick out and just make their I guess their spoiler alert, their deaths more kind of shocking, and just how unhinged they turn. Next is Bayonetta 1. Banger game. It's just like a beat 'em up. Like you fight angels, and that's kind of cool. Like like you have biblically accurate angels in this game. You play as Bayonetta. She's cool. She has guns. She could use a sword. I remember playing this game when I was just like super bored and like tired of like, man, video games aren't fun anymore. But I picked this up and it was actually fun. Like I was like, oh my god, video games could be fun. And it's just killer soundtrack, great game. Next we have Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
Yo, she's real to me.
Bruh.
I
The
love
iconic, he's real to me. I don't know. I think it's cool you're playing as the bad guy, I guess. Anti-hero, but I don't know. It's just like the main character is just so overpowered. It just I don't know, it just feels right. Just basically just mowing down and slaughtering a bunch of stormtroopers using your force powers, just upgrading. Very fun game. Too bad it's not canon, but who cares?
Oh.
But yeah, pretty cool game. Next we got Shovel Knight: Spectre of Torment. Now, Shovel Knight has like 4 different campaigns, but they're all like sold separately as like full-on games because they're all like full-on games, like these different campaigns. And I don't know, it's you play as Spectre Knight. He's like this edgy like Grim Reaper looking knight, and it's pretty fun because he plays differently from like all the characters play differently, but I don't know, I find him the most fun because you could actually like you could wall climb or like wall jump. You could use his like he has like an ability where you could just dash like diagonally, and like I don't know, it makes the platforming very like I don't know, pretty fun. You gotta like think a lot. You gotta act quickly. Very fun. The sprite work is just amazing in this game. Fantastic. Then you got Near Autonoma. Just like another fun hack and slash game. And not just like a hack and slash, but also like a variety of like gameplay styles. Like sometimes they'll turn into like a Toho shooter.
Yo, the shmup.
Like yeah, like dead ass like you'll have like levels where there's just a bunch of like a million things on screen. So hack and slash, Toho. I also like kind of Star Fox sort of gameplay where like it goes into like a 3D space shooter thing. But yeah, surprisingly, this game, story mode's pretty good. There's like a lot of endings. There's some pretty joke ones as well. They're just kind of funny, but I don't know. I like the combat a lot. It's just kind of like you just like use swords. You have like guns. I don't know. Pretty cool. So yeah. Next we have Persona 5.
Yo,
Yeah!
Persona.
Yay.
Persona.
Love this game. Never played it though.
The story's all right. But I don't know. What I like about this is like like the gameplay is pretty easy to like get into. It's not like a lot of JRPGs where it's just overly complicated. It's fast and like I don't know. Usually in an RPG, I just would try to avoid enemies. It's like I don't want to fight an enemy. But like Persona 5, like the combat is actually like really quick. So you could just like get through it. The soundtrack is banger. Art style, pretty cool. Characters a little generic, but they have some cool moments.
Bro, Ryuji the goat.
Yeah, Ryuji is the goat. But yeah, I don't know. I do like how like I don't know just how fast paced the combat is. And it has the sauce. Next we have Melee. Now, I didn't put this here because of the competitive. I don't play Melee competitive. Not anymore. I don't care about Smash competitive anymore. It's whatever. I don't care. The reason why I put this here is just I have like a lot of nostalgia for it. Like just I don't know, playing this game over at my cousin's house. Banger. I love how like the single player is also pretty good. Like you have the event mode. You have each character has their own individual break the targets. I don't know. I always liked the art style better than like Brawls as a kid because I don't know, it was just more colorful. Even though there's a lot of clone characters, I don't know, it has a charm to it. You have iconic stages like Big Blue, the F-Zero stage.
Yo!
But yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's great, but like casually, I just love it casually. Next we have Kirby Superstar Ultra.
Yo.
This is just like a bunch of Kirby games into one essentially. But Superstar is just like a remake of the Super Nintendo game. It has a bunch. The mini games here are also pretty fun as well. But yeah, it's just Kirby, but like good, just like there's a lot of iconic stuff that like from the Kirby series that appears in this game. But yeah, you can play as Meta Knight in this one as well. So I don't know, it's pretty fun. Then we have Kid Icarus Uprising. Banger game. You can like it's basically just a shooter, but also like a melee hack and slash type of game. The dialogue in this game is really great. Characters are just talking throughout the stage as it progresses. They just like comment on like the little things that just happens. The weapon customization is just great. There's a lot of weapons you could choose from. But yeah, I don't know. Great multiplayer as well. Even though Nintendo shut down the servers, you can still play with bots, I guess. But
or
I don't
local.
know. Yeah, or local.
Good luck finding someone with that game, though.
Yeah, but great game. A lot of customization. I don't know. Great dialogue. Yeah. Then we have Wind Waker. This one was kind of a hard one because I was gonna put this or Twilight Princess. But I just put Wind Waker because I do like because I played this one first, the first Zelda game I beat. I love the cartoon, stylish. Like I do like Twilight Princess's edgy, like dark, depressing style. But I don't know. I love the cartoony style of like Link and Legend of Zelda. I feel like it just fits right in better, you know. So yeah, I just love it overall. I do love how simplistic the story is. It's just like, oh man, we gotta beat Ganon. Oh boy, he drowned the world. But yeah, I do like the talking boat. He is fun as well. Then we have Pokemon Black. Now, Generation 5 is not my favorite, but I play this one a lot on road trips. I love how this game essentially just pushed the limits to like the DS because just like the sprite work is just really just eye catching. People say this has like a good story. I'm gonna be real with you. I never really remember much about the story. I know it's like these night people or whatever saying like, hey, you can't treat Pokemon like they're your objects, you know. We got free Pokemon from their trainers, which I guess is like an interesting concept, but I don't know. Combat in this game was pretty fun. Cynthia, the best Pokemon trainer and champion, was in this game as well. As a secret boss, and she was like the hardest one. But yeah, I don't know. I love the sprite work. I love the environments in this game as well. Like I don't know, like the cities and stuff. That iconic song that everyone uses as a meme appears in this game. So yeah, banger soundtrack actually. Like when you're on low on health, it just I don't know why. Like they just play the hardest song for like a song when you're on low HP, but yeah, banger Pokemon game. So my favorite. Next we have Final Fantasy VII, the original. I don't think I have to talk about a lot about this one because like you could understand why. Like characters are iconic. The story's pretty like iconic as well. I know this game doesn't hold up as well in terms of like some of the the graphics because like I don't know, some of the backgrounds are just like kind of hard to navigate because it's like, is this like, can I go here, like am I allowed to like walk through this area? But I don't know. I love the little like world low polygon characters. The combat is great.
The frog
Music's
transformation.
the frog transformation, fantastic. I know people are just like, "Oh, just play the remakes," but I don't know. I love the original because just like the graphics, they have like a charm to it. That low polygon cloud, classic. And Sephiroth is just the hottest villain of all time. So you can't deny it.
There you go.
This one a little controversial, but we have SAO2. I don't think this is the best Sonic game, but look, it has Shadow, it has Batty Rouge. All right, I had to put this one in. All right, if it was any Sonic game,
Bro,
it had to be the one with it had to be the one with Rouge, and Shadow as well. Like, yeah, Sonic Adventure is probably better, but look, this has Shadow in it, and like I don't know, the story just stuck out to me way more as a child. I was like, oh my god, Shadow, he's so edgy. Ugh.
It's so edgy.
Like I don't know, you play as like the villains in this game. You play as Eggman, and I don't know. I don't know. I love playing the 2-player mode in this game with friends and just playing as Amy Rose and using her stupid super move, which is just like essentially just hit people. But yeah, I don't know. I just love it because it's just iconic. All right. Next we have Fire Emblem Awakening. The first Fire Emblem game I played. I don't know. I like this game a lot. I do like the combat, how it's tactical. It's just like, yeah, I know it's just chess but more complicated. But I don't know. I love the characters. The story is a little cliche, like the power of friendship and stuff. But I don't know. I love the art style. I love how like it does have like kind of an anime-ish style to it, but very like medieval knights type of style to it as well. Like very Western medieval setting. So I don't know. I like the characters and their conversations. Their dialogue is pretty great, and I don't know. There's so much like free DLC that this game had, and I don't know, just there's a lot of content in this game. Also, you can customize your avatar, so that's pretty cool. And yeah,
Before you move on, I have 2 questions for you actually.
okay.
Who's your favorite character from Awakening?
Awakening. Um, I guess I would have to say Lucina. I don't know. She's from the future. She like has a sword. She's badass. It's like Trunks. He's from the future too. He has a sword. He came back from to warn his father or whatever. Yeah, this game ripped off DBZ. Wow, this actually sucks. Never mind. But
Medieval
but yeah, I don't know.
Have you played the other Fire Emblem games?
What?
Have you played other Fire Emblem games?
I have. I played all the ones on 3DS. Well, there's not that many on 3DS, but I played
We don't talk about the other
what's it
one.
called? Three Houses,
We
the
don't talk about
Warrior games. Yeah, I don't know. I was huge into Fire Emblem like during like my middle and like high school years. But it still like I don't know. It impacted me a lot. I'd say.
I was just curious because Awakening, I know in the Fire Emblem community isn't like the most popular one, so I was just curious.
Yeah, because it's like my first one. Like I don't know. This list is basically just like 70% of this list is just nostalgia.
Well, that's perfectly fair and reasonable, honestly.
Yeah.
Awakening is a good game. I just know most people in the Fire Emblem community aren't Awakening fans.
Yeah. But like I don't know, it sold a lot. Like it was really successful, and I know it's like kind of a meme, but it did save the franchise because like essentially Nintendo was like, yeah, if this game doesn't sell well, we're just not gonna make any more Fire Emblem games. And look where we are now.
And I made the one after that, and everyone was like, okay, maybe it isn't the worst one.
Yeah. But hey, we got Mario Sunshine as number 2. Yeah, again, maybe not the best. Probably, yeah, not the best Mario game, but I love this one. I just love how like it's in a tropical setting. I love that. I love that like you use FLUDD to your like kind of like mix up your platforming skills. I do love how like I don't know, just the tropical setting is just fantastic. Is great. Bowser Jr. appears in this game. You got Shadow Mario. Peach is just like I don't know, referred to as Mama Peach. I don't know what's up with that, but whatever. I don't know. I love this game and just FLUDD. How there's like different like things that you could use. Like there's the jet, the rocket booster. Yoshi's in this game. Um, I just love the locations of each like stage as well. Like I don't know, like you could just like chill in this game, just like take in the setting. It's just great. And then we have my favorite game of all time, Mega Man X4.
Yo, let's go.
I think this is like my second Mega Man game ever. I think my first was Mega Man 6, but I don't know. I love X4. I just love the movement. It's just like fast paced action. You can play as X or Zero throughout the whole campaign. There's anime cutscenes. I love the horrible English dub. It's great. Zero's iconic. What am I fighting for? It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
This game is also kind of violent, surprisingly. Like I don't know. I just thought about the scene where Double just kills a bunch of dudes and like there's actual blood. I know it's supposed to be like it doesn't count because it's robots, but the blood is red, so I don't know. It's just it's surprisingly violent, but I don't know. I just love the movement. It's not like short, but it's not too long either. You could just like finish it and be pretty satisfied by it. I don't know. It's just fun overall. Soundtrack not as iconic as X1, but I don't know. I still think about the songs in this game. Like they're still in my brain. But yeah, that was my video game list.
Alright, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Nice list. Nice list.
Good list.
Yeah.
I like the variety in it a lot. I like how I mean, it's a lot of like Nintendo games, but also there's just like a lot of like, just like I can tell you play a lot of games and you're cultured in that way. And I respect.
Some deep
Shout out
cuts.
The Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
All right, let me put Tori's up.
Mine. Oh God, we get to.
Let's see this shit. Where is yours? I lost
See this
it.
shit. Wow, describing it as shit already.
This fucking ass.
Ass shit.
Ass.
This shitload. I actually haven't looked at it yet.
Bruh.
Yeah, I hear the bros already.
There's
Nah,
definitely
we're not judging. This is a judgment-free zone. It's Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness.
No, you can judge all you
there's
want.
some that are surprising, but I could see them being there. There are some that I am actually questioning. But
Oh, you'll get
please,
there eventually. Yeah.
please start.
So starting at the very end is Balan Wonderworld. I want to note this and say this: I have not touched an inch of this game. Never played it. Never seen anything. But I know absolutely everything about the lore, the entire gameplay, I could tell you anything you want to know about Balan's Wonderworld, and that's because this game is not just fiction, but just the peak of media in general. I've never seen a more amazing game. But I won't play it because it's fucking boring as shit, and that's why it's number 25 on the list. Because I love everything about it, but it is fucking boring. It is a boring ass game.
Man, I remember
But-
when this demo. Oh, sorry, I don't want to talk over
No,
you.
go ahead, Toby. No, go, Toby.
No, please finish first before.
I'm done basically with it.
Oh,
Anyway,
Okay. Dude, I fucking waited for this game's demo to get released. I downloaded it at like 1 in the morning. I fucking fell asleep, dude.
Oh my god.
I was like, this
Square
shit's
Enix
so
cooks.
ass.
They
I
cook.
just fell asleep. I was like so excited. I was messaging my friend on Discord, dude, I'm playing the demo right now. And then he just like sees me online for like 5 hours playing this game. Like, oh no, it wasn't that good.
Bruh.
Put bro to sleep.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I knew the game was gonna be bad from the trailers, but I'm like, I'll give it a shot. And no, it was.
this is the ultimate game of getting drunk and getting like a large group of people together and playing it because like it genuinely is like the fucking like meme of the party game. You just don't care about it. But it's peak. The story's actually not terrible, although it's really comical if you just take a step back and take it at face value. Shout out to can I give am I allowed to give a shout out to a non-affiliated YouTuber?
No, giving a shout out to Alfred's playthrough.
I am going to
Yeah.
set up Alfred's playthrough because that is like the best video on the internet. I'm not kidding. That is the best video on the internet. I
I
will
think
never say those words.
I think my favorite part about the playthrough is that he calls it Balan Wonderland like
Yes.
20
yes.
times.
That was the joke. I love that video. That video is peak. Watch that if you ever have the chance. Anyway, done talking about Balan's Wonderworld. We'll talk about a game I actually played. Madden
Yo.
17.
Yo.
So a lot of this list is like split in two parts. I live basically two different lives. There's a point in my life where my life definitely changed, and you can see it reflected in the games I chose to play later in life. But basically, I used to be really into sports games, and Madden 17 is probably the one I had the most amount of time on. There's really not much to say about Madden. You know, it's just football simulator. Football simulator. Insert year behind it. But I have a memorable story about this actually. I got scammed on Madden 17.
Bruh.
What?
How?
No.
Please elaborate.
I was a young kid, and I had a person who messaged me in the game on my PlayStation, was like, "Hey, I can give you free cards for Mud Ultimate Team. All I need
No.
is for you to post them on the market, and I'll buy them for you really cheap, and then I'll give you a bunch of coins back and do the same." I was like, "Sure," and I did it, and they never gave me my coins.
Bruh.
And I contacted Madden tech support. I was like 11.
Um,
But you know, I contacted Madden tech support, and they were like, "I can give you like a couple packs." And I was like,
Damn.
Thanks, Madden
Bruh.
tech. But yeah, Madden games are something. They're something, all right. Yeah, they're fun. I play a lot of Madden Ultimate Team. You know, I'll visually remember the like Halloween event where they made the players like 10'5", and it was fucking funny.
Dude, those Madden gifs.
Oh,
The Gifferator or whatever it's called.
and my favorite.
bruh.
Got that shit on deck. Shout out RG3, I miss you. He got fired from ESPN. Fuck you, ESPN.
Bruh.
I'll be honest. I don't know if I think Madden 17 is the best one I've played. That's the one I played the most, so I just put that one here. They're all the same. They don't really have much difference. Like, it's a roster update simulator. That being said, when I move on to 2K, I do think that's the best 2K. I'm just gonna sit here and say it right now. the vibe of the NBA 2K12 was unmatched, unparalleled. It was super fun. The My Career was actually like a cool storyline. It was unique. It was different. I just really liked that. That was also when I believe Anthony Bennett was coming into the league too, which is really fun to think about
Oh,
in terms of shit because 2K
Bruh.
made him like the GOAT in that game, and that's fucking. But it was pretty. I love that game to death. I've played so much of NBA 2K12. I remember I've literally bought that game probably 9 times because my disc kept breaking because of poor upkeep. So, but it was also like $5 at the time because that's just how it worked. But I love that game so much. That game is genuinely really good. Marvel Spider-Man. I debated on this a while because I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted, but I have put an insane amount of hours into that game and played on everything. I think what gave it to me is I used to run a YouTube channel, and that was
Yo.
yeah, Pop Peep the YouTube channel, that was actually one of my favorite video series was my Marvel Spider-Man playthrough. Shout out to playing on beginner with the spider bots. They are fucking funny. Um, they will one shot everyone, and it's super fucking funny because I just always I named them. I named all the spider bots. I didn't even play the game. I just literally walked through and pressed the button, and the spider bots did everything. I thought it was funny. It made me laugh. But I've played literally every corner of that game. I've mastered combos. I've beaten it on the hardest difficulty. It's a fun game. I don't really have much else to say about it though. I just think the story is. I think it's very much a once playthrough game, which a lot of story games are. But I just don't really have reasons to come back through it. And then I put MLB The Show 20 here, because that's probably my favorite This Show game. I grew up playing baseball, and I've played literally every MLB The Show up through MLB 21 was the last one I stopped at. 20 was actually the last one I fully played. From like MLB like 07 to MLB 20 was what I've played. Because I really liked baseball at the time, and I really liked that game, and I've put an insane amount of hours. And that was actually back when they added like skill based thing. They changed the whole hitting system, and it was really fun. But
Yo.
I really liked it. I love Ultimate Teams. I love collector simulators. That's like my big thing. And Ultimate Teams are just collector simulators. So I really like that game a ton. I don't really have much else to say. Dead Rising 2. I feel like
Yo,
if I feel
peak,
like
peak.
I feel like what you're talking about is why is this here? This actually is a little bit of a lore thing to me. I
lore.
or I used to watch this YouTuber who like I don't know how I found him, but like he did something I liked, and I found a video of his, and then he kept talking about Dead Rising in videos, and like did funny ranking videos, and then I was like, I'm gonna play the Dead Rising 2 game, and I've played both Dead Rising 1, Dead Rising 2. I think Dead Rising 2 is phenomenally better than Dead Rising 1. I really like Dead Rising 2. I think the story is awesome. I think all the side missions are awesome. I think the zombie simulator is just like really funny. I think the weapons are goofy. I think the main character is like way better than Frank.
Okay, that's
Um,
debatable. That's
I
debatable.
don't like Frank. I don't like the photographer asshole. I
Hey,
think he has
he covered wars, you know.
Yeah, he's covered wars. I mean, Chuck is fine, but he has no
like
personality. That's the
that's
problem. I mean,
fine.
he's
That's
not an
fine. I
asshole
don't,
like Frank, but like that's because he doesn't do anything.
and that's fine by me. Honestly, I don't need that in that game because that game's about just fucking around and finding people and shit with a baseball bat. I love that game so much. I also really like the plot line with the girl. I think that's really good. That was my favorite part of it. I really like Dead Rising 2 though.
Yeah, it's a really good game. I agree.
It's really fun. The bosses are really cool. I think it has the best bosses in the series. Fun little tidbit: the Dead Rising franchise was almost the reason I almost got an Xbox over a PlayStation.
Bro, because Dead Rising 3 was Xbox exclusive,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
and I made the decision I made, and I'll get to that later. Batman Arkham City. I know Alex mentioned it earlier. I've played all the Arkham games. That's just the best one. You can fight me, Arkham Asylum lovers. Asylum's not that good. I kind of think Origins is better than Asylums, and that might actually get me killed. But
I mean, Origins was good. I'd say, like I
I
thought it was overhated, but
City is the best in my opinion. I don't think there's really
yeah.
much debate in that because good storytelling, good collectibles, good fighting style, good costumes, just overall like good challenge modes. The only thing I don't like about Arkham City is the platinum, because some of those challenges fucking suck and are actually stupid. But I really like Arkham City. Like I've always been a fan of that game. It was kind of one of the first games to kind of transition the gap for me from like non-sports games to like sports games to like more like actual games, if that makes sense. Pokemon League, just based. I have literally been in the top 500 in Pokemon League before.
Damn. Okay.
No.
I am a little bit of a nutso with that game. I took a long break because I got really bored for a while. But I'm back into it again, and I know everything about that game, and it hurts. It really hurts. But like, I don't know. I like Pokemon, so like, I don't really have an issue with it because I like the Pokemon designs. I know Kat mentioned earlier about the like, the costumes and stuff. It's just genuinely like the monetization system's a little annoying, but I've never really cared because I have fun with it and I have the characters I want. So if I need more, I just get more. I don't have issues with it. The balancing is a little weird sometimes, but it's weird because it's the one of the few games where even when characters are broken, I don't actually like hate it, because like they don't feel bad. Like you feel like you can still beat them. It's just like they're strong,
Mm-hmm.
and that's weird to explain because they are broken. But yeah. Overwatch. This is a complicated. I almost left Overwatch off the list entirely. But then I thought about it, and I do really like Overwatch. I love the characters. I love the designs. I love the lore. I wish Blizzard would have done something with it instead of being assholes and just going the money farm simulator route. But, I wish they would have done more with it. I played so much Overwatch. I have literally like a couple thousand hours on that game. I've put way too much time into that game. Um, you know, it's really the first and pretty much only like shooter game that I really like, minus one. So I really I can't not put it on the list. But it's also traumatizing to me because I have personal stuff with Overwatch that happened, but that's not relevant to a podcast. Dead by Daylight. This is probably the most recent game I've started playing. I only started playing like 4 or 5 months ago on this game. I really like it. You'll come to notice later on the list that I'm very much a character person. I need good characters in my games. And Dead by Daylight had a character that drew me in really easily, being Sable Ward. I really liked her design and her backstory and her lore in the unknown. And I just kind of stuck with it because as much as I'm not a big horror game person. But it was just a fun game that I enjoyed fucking around in. I like horror movies, so I like the characters. I like the way the game plays. It's gonna have FNAF soon in a year, so
Yo.
I love FNAF. Let's go. Burn Trap villain.
Burn
Purple.
Trap. I'm so excited for it. I've really had a lot of fun playing it. I don't. There's just not much to complain about with it. I kind of dodged the whole broken era, and I'm kind of in the stable era, so that's why I think I enjoy it so much. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it could shoot up a little bit depending on like how long I continue to play it. But I kind of kept it there because I was like, it's still not like a favorite. Fortnite. Yay.
We love Fortnite.
Just like our good friend Michael over there, Michael the Drink.
Cool.
I have been playing since like first season of Fortnite. I played all the way up until the end of season X, and then I got off for a while and didn't play again until chapter 4 season 3. But I have put so much time into Fortnite. I have been there for all the events. I have a lot of the skins. 2 of my favorite characters of all time are from Fortnite, being Jules and Sky. So like I do care for Fortnite a lot. I still play the game pretty regularly. It's a fun game. I enjoy it with friends. It's not super fun on its own, but I don't really think those games are meant to be played on their own, and they're very hard to play on their own. Sweatiness is a hard thing, but you get over it after a while. And I'm excited to see where it goes because I'm super excited for the Disney collab. I'm really hoping this is like something cool and not just like fucking Facebook metaverse.
Bruh.
If it is, I will be sad, but we'll see what happens in the future. Yeah. Skylanders Trap Team.
This is one of the
Ooh.
polar bears.
Yeah.
This one is.
I grew up playing all the Skylanders games. I love the Skylander games so much. And to be honest, Trap Team, despite being not very liked in the community, is my favorite because I love the concept, the gimmick of the traps. I love the characters. I just genuinely love the story of that game. I love the way it worked. I love seeing all these old villains come back, and it was like a villain Maj Podge, and you got to fight and capture them, and then you could use them. It was just really fun. Skylanders is a very expensive game. I used to have, I don't have them anymore. I used to have nearly every Skylander,
Damn.
including some of the expensive ones, because I really liked Skylanders. And I remember like very fondly like going to Toys R Us before it shut down, and like having like the portal, and you put the Skylander on the portal, and it shows it on in action, and that was like so cool. That was like the best thing ever as a kid. I'm so sad Skylanders died. R.I.P. Superchargers and Imaginators. I wish you didn't exist. Uh, I wish you did because they fucking suck. But I feel like I have argued, and this is my plea for Toys for Bob that now has the Skylanders rights back. If you're watching this podcast for whatever fucking reason, please make a Skylanders game. I'll pay the DLC again that just has all the characters in it. Please, I will do anything. Just make it a game you can unlock them in the game. Please. But yeah, I love Skylanders Trap Team to death, and it's one of my favorite like Skylander just games, and I have very fond memories. Kingdom Hearts Memory and Melody. I don't think there's much to say. I'll talk more about Kingdom Hearts when I get to the other Kingdom Hearts game.
The BBW.
But Memory and Melody is just the rhythm game of the series. You'll notice a trend of the Kingdom Hearts games. There's a reason that some aren't on the list and some are. There might be a very glaring reason if you know the Kingdom Hearts series. But I really like Memory and Melody. I love the songs. Kingdom Hearts music, in my opinion, Fight Me is the best composed music soundtrack consistently across every single game in the entire gaming industry, and I do not care.
Yoko Shimomura's the GOAT.
Yes, because
I can't
they
argue with you there.
they never miss. There is so many soundtracks, so many great pieces composed, and I genuinely wish more people like this game. Like just playing this game shows how much there is. I believe there's like 175 songs in this game, and that's not even close to all of them. It is phenomenal. And the gameplay is a little boring, but I like the gimmicks they do for it. I like the way they make it. They kind of make it into like action rhythm game. You get to see the characters actually do stuff on your screen. Can be a little tedious when you're playing some of the harder songs and you're watching characters like fucking move at light speed, but that's a separate issue. But yeah, I really really like Kingdom Hearts Memory and Melody. Is a good game. Pokemon Sword and Shield. I also feel like the Pokemon. I feel like everything I'm doing with this list is just like getting communities mad at me. Because like Pokemon Sword and Shield is my favorite Pokemon game. I don't care. I mean, it is the first one I've played fully, and completed. I played other ones before, but I grew up as a poor kid, and I'll explain more about that when you look at another thing on this list. So I didn't get to play Pokemon games as a kid. I played them later in life. So this was the first one I fully played, and I've probably played close to all of them now since then. And this is just, in my opinion, just like I like the story. The trainers are really good. The gameplay to me is pretty nice. I like the character customization. I think that's one of the best features in this game. I like the Dynamax gimmick. It is my favorite gimmick. I don't care about Megas. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cause a lot of fights with that, but I do not care about Megas. I like big Pokemon. They're funny. I really just like this game. The DLC for this game is fantastic. I know I don't like talking about DLC, but DLC is so important to some of these games because they're just so good. But yeah, I really like this Pokemon game, and I kind of wish that people weren't as harsh on it. The starters do suck, though. I'll give them that. Sorry, let me take a drink because I'm just talking a lot.
Relatable.
Relatable.
No, I'm gonna get hydrated too now that you brought it up.
That's so real. Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2007.
Yeah, a
2007.
Yu-Gi-Oh video game being on here is very
I love
interesting.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I
Did
love
anyone-
I love Yu-Gi-Oh too, but a Yu-Gi-Oh video game that isn't like
Yeah.
Master Duel,
I cannot
even
express
like
to you
Duel
the
Links
amount of
maybe.
fun.
I
I
don't
have been literally craving to find a Yu-Gi-Oh game like this one specifically for years, and I'm being serious about that. There is nothing better to me than constantly playing against the CPU, earning points, and just ripping packs and getting all of the cards, building new decks. I literally never progressed the story in this game.
know.
I don't even know the story in this game
Bruh.
because all I did was play the 1v1s on road trips against the CPUs. I have beat the fucking Winged Karibo fucking about 150,000 times. I do not care. Like, I love playing that game. I loved building decks. I loved all the variety in the cards. And GX is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh era. So it was awesome. And I love Jaden. So I just genuinely like that. I have such fond memory of that game, playing it on my DS on road trips or at home, just like spending so much time on that game. And
Shoutouts to the dub of GX.
the what?
Shout out Chaz Princeton.
Fuck Chaz Princeton. Nah.
The dub.
Fuck you. I love Chaz. Chaz it up.
The dub of GX is actually really awesome. Although the sub is pretty good too.
Also, the fact that the last season just doesn't exist in a dub.
Well, to be fair, most of the last season is like fucking depressing. So I
Also,
can't
the
lie.
last episode of the third season doesn't exist in a dub, which is
Again,
We are
because
starting a dialogue right now.
well, yeah, but they
the
literally have you think Jaden dies in the dub. He doesn't come back
Sub-
to Earth.
sub has it worse. The sub has it worse. That's
Look,
the issue.
Just have the one episode where he comes back. He's dead in the dub.
Yeah, and then he goes on his depressive arc. Don't worry about that, guys. That never happened. But yeah, I love Yu-Gi-Oh, and I love that game. Yokai Watch. But I raise a hand how many people actually remember this game.
I remember this
Yeah, I
game.
This
remember
It'd
this.
be like the
this is the one
Pokemon
I am
trailer.
most. This is the one I'm most concerned about being on here.
Why?
I fucking yeah. I'm curious why. I'm curious for
I
say
don't. This is a game I don't think I'd ever expect to see anyone say, "Yeah, this is one of my favorite games ever."
I fucking love Yokai Watch.
Look, I'm
This
sure it
was-
has its fans. You're clearly you are one, but like,
This is my
Really?
poor man's this is my poor man's Pokemon. This shit was $30 at Toys R Us, and I put 450 hours into it.
goddamn.
Please do not. This was my game on the DS. I played this shit out of this game. I played I love the story. I love the creatures. Shogunyan is the goat of goats. I don't care about any other Pokemon or any other character from any other game. Shogunyan is the best freaking collectible character you can get in any game, and I will stand on that hill because he is goated. Um, I am such a fan of this game. I have put so many hours. The sequel, admittedly, is really disappointing. Unfortunately, I don't know. That just doesn't capture the original in terms of just like the collectathon, and it's just so personal for me because like I remember watching all the videos, and I remember watching YouTubers and like really getting into it. I watched the show because of this game. I collected the little medals that were at at Targets and Toys R Us's for a long time. I had all the plushes. I like loved this game. It was genuinely really fun and really enjoyable. And also it was one of the few start moments I realized that maybe something wasn't purely right in my head, and I was maybe looking at myself a little different because I did play as the boy character to start out with, and then picked the girl character for my second playthrough and never looked back ever again. Um, but that's irrelevant to this game. I just think that's funny. Yeah, I love that game. I genuinely do. And the only thing I did hated about it was some of the characters to grind for were a little annoying because you had to use a gotcha and you had to time skip to get things for the gotcha. But like at the time I didn't care that much about it. Plants vs Zombies.
Let's go.
Yo!
Let's go.
Nice.
Go, dude. See, Isaiah, I agreed with you on the BTD6 thing until I forgot about Plants vs Zombies existing, and then I disagreed with you because this ran so BTD6 could walk. This was the goat, and still is the goat. I played this game.
PVZ. is fundamentally different. It is a
I
different
don't
type of.
care.
It
I
is a
don't
different type
care.
of
It's tower
game.
defense. It's tower defense.
It's tower defense, but it's different.
I'd say it's more RTS too, because you are like actively.
I mean, you
doing
are
something.
actively in BTD as well.
Well, I mean, you kind of just like watch for the most part in BTD. I mean, you could like do stuff, yeah. Well,
this one
you
has
obviously
plants and zombies. You know,
true,
No,
true.
I
I
love
think that's how it's different.
this game. Still holds up to this day. I played this game like a year
Absolutely.
ago. It is still. It is actually appalling to me the fact that the company behind this cannot figure out how to make a sequel to this game that's not dog shit.
Oh,
Like I don't know. It's appalling to me that they have no idea how they captured bottle magic in a bottle with this because like it ain't that complicated of a concept.
It
But
really, it's incredible, honestly.
yeah, it's just genuinely like so impressive of like how the zombie designs and the interactions and the plants and the game modes, the specialty game modes. There's a boss fight in this game. There was no need for that, but they were just like, sure, we'll cook really quickly. The dialogue's pretty funny. Crazy Dave's goaded. You know, the only thing like bad about this game is like the mini collectathon thing near the end of it when you're trying to 100% it. But like even then, that's not
Oh
that
god, yeah, the grind is pretty bad for 100%. The Tree of Wisdom, ugh.
Yeah, that shit's garbage. But besides that, like everything else is genuinely really interesting and awesome. And I'm just so shocked that like again, they've tried so many times to capture it again. And then can't figure out what made this one so good, but I don't know. It's like irrelevant. I think a lot of it
Easy.
is
It's good
yeah.
because it's an actual
Yeah.
paid game and not like a fucking free-to-play grind your
For
ass off
real.
with microtransactions.
I've been asking those companies. I mean, EA got the hands on that license, and they were like, "Hold on, we're just gonna make it expensive," and I love it. It's so stupid. Dark Souls 3. This is where I start my full Joker arc of
the Joker.
the Souls games. I want to express my qualifications to talk about the Souls franchise really quickly. I have platinumed every single Souls game. I have put probably about a combined 10,000 hours into all the Souls games combined. I have put an insane amount of time into this franchise. And this is where I will say Dark Souls 3 is the best of the original 3. And I will not take any questions on that. I will admit I have not played base Dark Souls, but I didn't have a PS3 that was working at the time to play base Dark Souls. But Dark Souls Remaster functionally functions the same as base Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
So I reference Dark Souls Remasters as the same as base Dark Souls. There is very little differences between the two in terms of actual like
Content,
major
yeah.
changes. There isn't like a whole different story or anything. Dark Souls 3 is the most polished game to me, has the best dodging system, best leveling system. Just to me, it has everything I like about the Souls games. And honestly, the PvP in that game is fantastic. The only game that I've ever seen have better is probably Bloodborne, but I'll talk about that later. I love the PvP in that game. I have put hundreds of hours into the PvP in that game, gotten really good with a lot of weapons. Things that are funny to do in that game. Like the fact that you can parry the jump attack on the Abyss Watcher's sword is so funny. It is like the funniest animation in the game, and it's just funny to watch someone do like a flip over someone, and then you just parry them, and they just fucking reel back mid flip. It's so funny. I really love Dark Souls 3 to death. It is one of my like favorite games of all time. I and the DLC is really good. I love the DLC. I don't think it's as high quality as some DLCs. I will give Dark Souls 1 that. I think Dark Souls 1's DLC, if you took it in a vacuum compared to Dark Souls 3, is better. But also, I feel like it's making up for a kind of average base game. And Dark Souls 3, I think, has a better base game than Dark Souls 1 does. And I feel like that's very important to me. But yeah, I really like Dark Souls 3. Good game, good franchise. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. I love the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Technically, this is almost the only game that breaks my rule of why I like Kingdom Hearts games. But this also has, in my opinion, the best combat in the entire Kingdom Hearts series. And I know that's incredibly controversial because a lot of people hate the combat in this game.
Dude, flow motion
But
fucking kicks ass, dude.
it is. I love the way they incorporated it. It's so fun. It's so quick. It's flashy as the command system still, which I really like from Birth by Sleep. It's just fun to use. I like the Dream Eaters. I think they're good companions. I think they're honestly a little more useful than Donald and Goofy. Not saying they're bad, Donald and Goofy, but I'm just saying like the Dream Eaters function differently to them, and I enjoy having them more because to me, I very much like playing the game solo, and I feel like Donald and Goofy more hinder me than they do actually like help me. And so the Dream Eaters just allow me to kind of just do anything because they don't do much either, but like in a better way where they're just like, oh, we're off in a corner somewhere, not like actively hurting me. And I really like the Dream Eaters. The story in this game, admittedly, is frustrating. It introduced time travel in the Kingdom Hearts series. I still have nightmares about it to this day. But you know, we live, we learn, and we vibe. The secret bosses in this game are pretty fun. It also has some of the best music in the game series, but the series is always really good. The worlds are a little weird, but you know, Tron Legacy is funny. I like seeing Tron Legacy.
Yeah, Tron Legacy was in that one.
The
Legacy is
worlds
pretty
are like. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
Go ahead, because I'm sure my point's pretty same.
No, but like, yeah, when you're saying the worlds are empty, it's because they're so fucking big for no real
Yes.
reason. Like when you compare, like I don't know, because yeah, they want you to use flow motion to just go through the levels fast, but when you're not, it's just like yeah, it's really empty. It's wide for like no real reason.
I mean, do you think it might be because like the 3DS limitations, like they can't have too many like CPUs?
I don't think
Constant?
so. I think it would have benefited from having a smaller map, or maybe yeah, they made it bigger so they could like load more chunks or something. So that's
I
why
think they
gave
also.
it. Oh yeah, continue. Yeah.
I was gonna say I agree. I was gonna think they also did it because of the flow motion too. Because a lot of that game is like scaling, so they kind of like it's just like teaching you how to like jump up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's some pretty funny glitches you can do on that stuff that are still not patched, and I enjoy them. Overall, I just really like this game. The story is admittedly the weakest in my opinion of the Kingdom Hearts series. It's between that and Cage 2, in my opinion. The Kingdom Hearts community is gonna hate me for those words. That's so true in my opinion. I really, really like this game though, and it's one that I've replayed a couple of times. I have not played on the 3DS. I should note. Every single one of these games I've only played on the PlayStation consoles. I know they're somewhat different on the original consoles, but also I didn't have access to those, and I'm not gonna judge the games based on that because they function very similar. There's very few differences, and in fact, the console version is actually harder than the 3DS version because one of the spells got majorly nerfed.
Was it
And-
Balloon?
Yes, Balloon used to be awful. I remember seeing the clips of old Balloon. It's pretty funny. You just walk into them and they just literally die in 2 hits. Super funny. But yeah, I love Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Next one on my list is Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. And yes, that is the full title of the game. It is a 3-hour game. But I absolutely love that game to pieces. I'll explain it more when I talk about my favorite game, but obviously, no one knows this and never seen my profile pic or anything of me. Aqua is my favorite character of all time. And this is just the Aqua Simulator. This is just a little
Yo,
tutorial.
Aqua
Yeah, a
Simulator.
little teaser.
Yeah, she she's genuinely like it's a really fun game. The combat in this game is very Cage 3-esque because it was the tech demo for Cage 3. You know, I love the way it works. It's the first game in the series and the only one to have cosmetic changes. You can give the depressed bitch that's literally spiraling through her life and wants to kill herself fucking cat ears, and I think that's funny. Don't ask me why they did that. Don't ask me why they made that decision, but you know, they did. The secret bosses in this game are pretty fun. They're not hard, but they're pretty fun to deal with. The story is pretty good. there's some stupidness in it. They do have a whole section explaining why Mickey lost his shirt.
Bruh.
Actually, if you want to boil the lore of this game down, that's the entire reason this game exists. And I'm not joking about that. I'm not joking. Nomura did admit that at one point, and I think that is so funny. But yeah, this game's really fun. It's not a super replayable game. I have 100% of this game. It is actually a really hard game to 100%. Playing on crit mode is actually really hard. The final boss of the game is really hard on crit mode. Like one of the more harder bosses I've like gaming. It's really hard. But it's really fun. It's really awesome. The story's really nice. I think it really kind of highlights Aqua's character very well. And to this day, I still think Aqua is the most depressed character in gaming, and I will not elaborate further. Maybe I will. I don't know. Fire Emblem Three Houses. This is why earlier I asked you about if you've played other Fire Emblem games, because I have only played two, being Awakening and Three Houses, and Three Houses is my favorite of the two. I really, really like Fire Emblem Three Houses. I was very hesitant on the game at first, but then I watched a lot of people play it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna play it, and I have put so many hours into that game. It is just genuinely a really fun game. The combat is fun. The characters are incredibly interesting. Again, I'm a big character person. I love all three of the house leaders. Claude used to be my favorite. I've loved Dimitri, but I think right now Edelgard's my favorite because we love
The
strong
girl boss.
we love strong women. She might be a dictator, but she's my dictator.
Oh.
Um, I also really like Byleth is such a great character design. I was so happy when Byleth was added into Smash. I don't care what people say. Byleth's great. She might be just like an OC insert, but I love OC inserts. This game is just really good. The amount of different choices in this game, the amount of different classes, the gameplay style difference, everything is just really, really fun to me. And it kept myself engaging through multiple playthroughs. And I really enjoyed that. And I kind of felt like things progressed pretty naturally too. It wasn't like super slow or anything. I just really like Three Houses. I love I love the romance options. I am a little upset that you can't S rank anyone. That's a little annoying to me, but it's nice that we have a couple gay romance options. Even though some of them should be gay and they're not, but that's not my business. Japan.
Bruh.
I really like Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I wasn't expecting it, and I'm surprised it's in my top 5. But genuinely, it's a really, really good game. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. This is actually the reason I bought a PlayStation 4. I actually have the Uncharted 4 PlayStation 4.
Yo.
Because I really like Uncharted. It's a really good. I played the second one first. I played them out of order. I played 2, 1, 3. Because I really wanted to play 2. I really like Uncharted 2. I kind of like Uncharted 1. It's pretty good. Uncharted 3 is whatever. I don't really have like feelings towards it. But this game is phenomenal. I love the story. I think it's got good gameplay mechanics. I like the addition of the Indiana Jones hook. I think it's funny. I like the gun gameplay. I think it's very similar to a lot of the games. The story is again amazing. I like the addition of his brother. I like the final boss fight. But the reason this game is actually up here so high has to do with the fact that the multiplayer on this game is actually phenomenal.
Yeah, I heard that people really
It
like the
is
multiplayer.
so good. To the point I was actually at one point for a day #1 in the world on the multiplayer on this game.
Yo.
I love this multiplayer.
Player.
It is so fun. It was genuinely really creative. They had different things every week. I put like probably months worth of time into that multiplayer. That was so fun to play. And I played a lot of that solo queue because no one I knew played this game. Because it was a couple years after it like released. I genuinely just an amazing game, and I really, 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 really hope in the future they do something with the Uncharted franchise, because I feel like after this, the remaster and then like the like other Chloe version wasn't as good as this, and I know they're in a good spot, but I'd like to see something in the future. Also, you get to play Crash Bandicoot in this game, which is really funny. I just think that's awesome. I like games that have little stuff like that. Yeah, I love Uncharted 4. It's a really fun game. Kingdom Hearts 3. That says Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, but I put it there as to represent the whole game with Remind, which is the DLC. This is the most impactful game in my life by far. The entire like marketing cycle of this game is like 90% of my emotional state. Um, like I have never had a moment affect me more than 2018 Xbox showcase when they first dropped Anti-Aqua for the first time. That is like the most impactful moment in my life. And I'm not
Bruh.
like genuinely that is one of the most impactful moments in my life, and probably it's so, but the game itself like is everything I wanted. It ties up loose ends. It has phenomenal gameplay, probably the second best in the series in my opinion. um the characters are fantastic. It has moments that I fangirled so hard playing this game for the first time. Like this was one of the most memorable weeks of my life playing that game. Am I allowed to spoil?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
go
cool
ahead.
with it.
There's like a moment in the game where you get to play as Riku, which is really fun.
What? You get to play as Riku? Bro, you spoiled that shit? No, I'm just kidding.
There's a moment in the game where you get to play as Aqua, and it's like my favorite moment in the entire fucking game. It just comes out of nowhere, and it's so fun. The final, like the entire last like 3 hours of that game is just phenomenal, like actually peak. I really like the Disney worlds in that game. I surprisingly like Arendelle, but that's also probably because the other reason. I can live with watching Let It Go for 4 minutes. Still a weird decision, but it's fine. I respect it. Disney got a Disney. The Tangled world's really awesome. I can't say it for legal reasons. The Toy Box is really awesome. Uh, Monsters Inc. world's pretty cool. Argument here. I actually think the game has one of the best pirate ship mechanics in gaming. It is really fun. I obviously haven't played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is the only one that I would say is like quote unquote comparable in terms of like quality, because there isn't many great ones currently. But yeah, like genuinely it's really awesome. Just all the worlds are really good. The DLC for this game is fantastic as well. There's a lot of really awesome boss fights. You have whole moments where you get to play as other characters. Of course I ate that shit up because I got to play as Aqua. I was like, hell yeah, you act like I'm not gonna do that. You give me the option, of course I'm gonna say yes. It's just a really fun game, and I'm grateful for it. And here's hoping the Kingdom Hearts 4 is good, I guess.
Let's hope
We'll
it's even
find
coming
out in the
out.
next 20 years.
The next 20 years. Next game on the list. Also, sorry if I'm talking too much about these games. I
No,
feel like
you're
I'm going.
good. Yapping, keep yapping.
Okay. Next game on the list is Bloodborne. This is my favorite Souls game, and in any other timeline, I would be my favorite game. I have probably played this game the most out of any individual single player game. This game is absolutely perfect. And I'm gonna say that because it is impeccable how good this game is. I don't even know where to start because the atmosphere of the game is unmatched compared to any of the Souls games. It is genuinely just cryptic Lovecraftian horror done perfectly. The world is just so molded into just everything. The monster designs are great. The humanity of it all, the way the story is told, the boss fights, the combat. This is probably one of my favorite combats in gaming, if not my favorite combat. It is quick. It is fun. There's mechanics in this game I wish they'd incorporate in other Souls games. Like the entire like life steal slash like recovery mechanic. I have no idea why they've never used that again. It is so awesome. I love the idea of encouraging people to, if they make a mistake, keep going, keep fighting. You can maybe recover a little bit of that mistake. That's such a cool mechanic to me because it encourages like actual engagement and not just sitting in the back and using a big shield or something and taking no hits, and which is like the only part of the Dark Souls game I get frustrated by. The bosses are phenomenal. I will say the base game bosses I think are weak. They're not super great. Like they're kind of weak, a lot of them. But near the end of the game they're really good, and then the DLC bosses in this game are phenomenal. Like I genuinely consider them some of the best bosses in gaming. Period. The weapons, as I mentioned, are just fantastic. It has the least amount of weapons in the Souls series by a good margin. I think the only game that has less is Sekiro, but that's for a separate reason. It has like 12 to 15 weapons total, but each weapon has a different combat style that basically makes it an entirely new weapon. And there's just so much different mechanics and stuff with it that I love. It has one of my favorite bleed mechanics being blood tinge, because it actually feels like not a broken bleed. Because I always feel like in the Souls series, bleed is such a like hard thing to balance because it either becomes really weak or really broken, and that game perfectly balances it because it actually hurts you to use, but it's really good, so it's actually a good trade-off. It has my favorite iteration of the Moonlight Greatsword. Just everything about that game is fantastic. And one of the most underrated features of this game is actually how like expansive it is. There is a whole section of the game called the Chalice Dungeons, which is an entirely optional separate section of the game that you don't even have to touch at all. But it is so expansive because every single Chalice dungeon is individually uniquely generated to every single person. There is no two that are going to be the same unless you enter in a code for one that was already in existence. So there is so much open-ended possibilities in that, to the fact that like 5 years after the game released, they were still finding enemies no one's ever seen inside of these dungeons. And to this day, they still find old unused assets, unused boss fights inside of these dungeons. That is just, it's something I've never seen in a game before. Just how much attention to detail and how much just stuff there is in this game that relatively isn't that expansive. And I absolutely gush over how amazing this game is. I could talk endlessly about it, but I won't bore too long about that because it's just such a good game. And easily the best in the Soul series, in my opinion. The only thing that sucks is it is PlayStation exclusive, but
yeah.
That the Bloodborne remaster, please. I'm begging just for more people to play it, please. And then my favorite game of all time is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Gee, I wonder why.
Gee, I Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep is actually a game I wasn't expecting to love as much as I did. Because I played the Kingdom Hearts game in order of release. So this was a game I wasn't expecting to live. And I don't know if I've ever told this story on thing, but I actually have a really funny story with this because I went into this game expecting Terra to be my favorite character. And I walked out a different person altogether. This game is just genuinely like, there is a lot of flaws in this game. It is not the most perfect game, but the story of this game is so monumentally impactful to me because it kind of just shows the strength of just bonds of relationship, and also sometimes how things in life don't always work out the way you expect them to, and that just happens. That's just how stuff is. This game is not like the Kingdom Hearts series as a whole, I think, is kind of underrated for how like actually dark it is. A lot of children die in this series. A lot of people like self-sacrifice constantly. There's whole discourse over how like the things that people have been through in these games. We've had characters in like hypersleep for years. We have had characters have their heart ripped out inside of them, and of course it's like Disney-fied, so it's not like you're getting your fucking chest burst. You know what I mean? But like a lot of stuff happens, and this game is like the pinnacle of that. Like throughout the entire game, the entire main three cast is just constantly torn apart from each other. whether that be emotionally, physically, mentally, maybe even from their bodies. Like they genuinely like. There's a line in this game where literally one of the three characters asks the other two to end him, just straight up kill him.
Unalive
Which
me,
is
please.
why he says that. Just put an end to me. That's what he says. And it's just it's so dark, and it's such a weird turn for the series. And it's just Trauma Simulator, and it is such a good game. But also, like the gameplay aspect's pretty fun, and I enjoy it. It's probably one of my more favorites in the series, but like not perfect. There's a lot of really fun mini games. This actually is the originator of Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts Monopoly. And yes, those are real things. I'm not joking about that. They're in fact real. Actually, Toby, do you know what Fortune Street is?
Yeah, no, I've seen a Some Call Me Johnny video, and that's exactly what he describes. Sorry,
Yeah,
just
Fortune
shouting
Some
out,
Call Me Johnny.
shouting out my favorite YouTuber.
It's literally Kingdom Hearts Fortune Street. It's really funny. It's I genuinely I love that game. It's actually really funny because in the community, this is the hardest platinum. It's between this and the Chain of Memories one, and I remember doing this platinum, and a lot of people hate it, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It was one of my favorite platinums to do, and I just really enjoyed it. And I think it's just because I enjoyed the game, and I really enjoyed the characters and just playing that game. Obviously, a lot of this game is carried by the fact that Aqua is one of the main characters. She is my favorite character of all time. And I do think she is the most traumatized character in all of gaming. I mean, she's literally, on the happiest day of her life, basically told she's now a master, and then is responsible to her two friends. One of them basically calls her a bitch and then says, "You're the fucking reason that I fail and suck at everything," which is, awesome and cool. And the other one says that they hate you as well. And then you try and reunite with them, and they continue to make stupid decisions to the point that you have to kill one of them and watch the other get its body separated from you. And then you have to fight the evil version of that one. And then, in a last ditch effort to save your friend, even though this is probably not your friend, but it is your friend because you care about them tonally, you decide to sacrifice your only way out of an impeccable hell that basically almost guarantees you'll lose your sanity at some point, to save them instead of yourself. And then you have the entire events of 0.2, and you get to spend 10 years inside of, hell. It's hell. So she's been through a hot ton, and she's my traumatized baby, and I love her. And this game was the originality of that. And she's just awesome and cool, and I love this game, and it's my favorite in the series, and I think it's the best because it just is. Fuck Mickey Mouse is my
For real.
You want a what to the mouse?
I want to kill him. I want to kill him.
Hey, yo, Minnie though?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Minnie's fine. Minnie's safe.
Not for long.
Okay, Toby. Yeah, that's my list. That's my
Alright.
top 25 games of all time.
Respectable list.
Awesome.
Yo.
Alright. Should I do mine?
Yeah, the
Oh, what-
finale.
The finale.
The finale
finally
at
made
Freddy. Dude, this is the longest podcast episode we've ever done. This is
Wait,
going
how long have we been recording?
3 hours and 2 minutes. So
How long ago did you make your list, Toby?
It's still
I know you said you
25.
made it from-
So
And well, no, I mean, what time? When did you make it?
I made this
I know you said you made it before.
in October of last year.
But
I haven't
anything
really-
have changed a lot, or
No, I don't really think of any new games that I played that like blew my mind. So I guess I'll try to speed run it, dude, because I'm a pro gamer. I like speed running. I'm just kidding. I don't speed run shit. Honestly, I put PSO2 because I was like running out of ideas. Like, what's a good 25th slot? And I don't even like fuck with PSO2 that much. I mostly played New Genesis, and I looked at the Steam listing just now, and now it's like age restricted because it's rated M for mature. I'm like, was PSO2 always rated M for mature? I thought it was T for teen back in the day. Did they up the age rating? But yeah, now it's M for mature,
My
so
bad.
that's weird. Bro, what did you do? Actually, I saw some weird fucking chat logs when I was playing PSO2. I have a screenshot of it. It was like, these guys are weird, bro. Why are you guys talking about this? But no,
Fantasy
PSO2...
Star Online, Fantasy Freaky Online.
Freaky Star Online, but New Genesis is the one that I played, but like, because they locked the original Fantasy Star 2 behind, like, you have to play New Genesis for like 3 chapters before you can like unlock the original PSO2. But once I unlocked the original PSO2, I'm like, dude, this game is so much better. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's a really fun MMO, even when you're just playing solo, or you just get into a map with like a complete stranger and just doing your own thing. It's just kind of nice. And then they just like stumble into the same boss room with you and like, oh, okay, I guess we're working together now. So it's like, it's fun, even though it's kind of dead because Microsoft bought this game and then like the community just kind of died. I think that's what happened. But
Probably.
yeah, I'd like to play more of this game, but I just can't invest time in an MMO anymore. Next on the list is Skullgirls Second Encore. Dude, this is like my favorite fucking fighting game of all time. But it's ranked so low on the list, so I guess fighting games aren't my priority right now. I don't know. I have like huge fighting game brain rot right now, but this is still my favorite fighting game. Because it's literally 2 fighting games in one. If you pick a 1v1, it's literally Darkstalkers, and then if you pick anything other than that, like a 1v2, 2v3, 3v3, then it just turns into MVC. Like, the mechanics are very much MVC-like when you're playing, when you're like tagging in different characters. It's just a 6-button fighter like MVC1, but it has so many like modern mechanics, like an infinite prevention system, so you can't just have someone foot dive at you for like 30 seconds straight.
Boo.
So yeah, boo. No, you can be creative with your infinites in this game. You just can't keep spamming the same move into a combo, because then it like keeps track of that. So after you do it like 3 times, then the game's like, okay, you can't keep using that move. So then you can just burst out and break the combo. But you can bait out the burst too, I think. Kind of like Guilty Gear. So it just takes a lot of mechanics from a lot of different fighting games, and it just like, it fits so well. I haven't gotten the DLC, so I'm a fake fucking fan. But I own this game on 3 different platforms, dude. I love this game that much. When it came out on Vita, I was like, oh man, I gotta fucking play this on the Vita. And then day fucking 1, it launched on Switch. I downloaded it, and then I look at my old screenshot, and I'm like, dude, they changed the icon for this game. It used to just be like a very boring logo, and now it's just like the box art. That's cool. And then I got it on PC. I was like so tempted to buy this game for like a friend, because I just wanted to play Skullgirls with them, but we're not friends anymore, so I'm glad I didn't fucking buy that game for him.
Fuck that person.
Yeah.
Like, we played Skullgirls on Switch, and then he was like, I'd like to play this on PC. I'm like, dude, I'll buy it on PC so we can play it on PC. But I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't fucking buy the game on PC. But yeah, it's a really good game. I mean, the game got censored, big controversy. The creator's kind of a real weirdo asshole. I don't know, this game is just kind of shrouded with controversy. But whatever, it's still fucking good. Separate the art from the artist, as they say, you know. And yeah, it's just really fun. I haven't like I need to like practice this game more, but I don't know. They nerfed my favorite character, and now she sucks.
No.
Cause like there's no, I don't want to keep yapping about Skullgirls. Anyways, next on the list is Killer 7. Dude, this shit fucking changed my life. You're gonna hear me say that so much about like a lot of these new games I played, like Saya and stuff. We'll get into that later. Killer 7 changed my life, dude. I got it on sale. It was on Steam. Like, dude, I like No More Heroes, and people are saying this is like Suda 51 at his like best, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'm having so much fun. This story makes no fucking sense. The music is really good. Stylistically, this game is really cool. I love how this game looks. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. And then I watch like those fucking YouTube documentaries, like, oh, so that's like the story of Killer 7. Like, oh, that's really interesting. You know, I didn't fucking put 2 and 2 together. This is just a metaphor for like the East versus the West, you know? Like, I'm like, okay, that's cool. He just has his own little spin on it. And this guy's fucking more of a genius than Kojima. I'm gonna say that right now. Like he fucking like. Oh my god, my allergies are like really bad right now. I don't know if you guys noticed me blowing my nose the whole fucking podcast. I'm not gonna edit that out in post, by the way. You're just gonna hear me blowing my nose.
Yo, blowing ASMR.
But yeah, this guy, like, his writing is insane. Like, well, I wouldn't really say he predicted, but like a lot of the governmental like corruption and stuff. Like, oh yeah, shit, dude, that's what's happening right now. Holy shit, this guy's more of a fucking visionary than Kojima. But yeah, he just does it in a very like Kojima's very on the fucking nose, because you'd have a character named like Johnny Bad Guy or something, like, oh, I wonder what this or like Johnny Terrorist, like, oh, I wonder what this guy is. Like, okay. Dude, the fucking main character in that new game Death Stranding is named like Miles Bridges, and his goal is to bridge the United States. Like, oh wow, very subtle, Kojima. You're so fucking smart, dude. But no, dude, Suda51 is just like, oh, such a good writer. I still need to finish his other games. And then next on the list, I'll stop yapping. Luigi's Mansion. I don't know, not much to say about this game. I used to be fucking scared of this game. I was a little pussy bitch, dude. I remember being scared of like the first like main boss of the like first area, the baby. I think his name was like Chansey or something like that. Dude, I was so fucking scared. Like when he'd like cry, I'm like, oh my god, turn the GameCube off. Ah! But no, this game's so much fun. It's super short, it's short and sweet to the point. The other Luigi's Mansion games, I mean, they're fun, but they don't have the fucking sauce that the first game has, dude. Like, this is just arcade-like fun, and then the other games are just a lot more puzzle-heavy, and it's a lot more, I don't know, it feels a lot more like a console game, and this feels more like a fun little arcade game. You can just, like, breeze through it in, like, 3 hours if you know what you're doing. But Luigi's Mansion 3 is like a fucking investment. I keep dropping that game because I'm like, I get really bored of it. And then, yeah, Silent Hill 3. I won't lie, the narrative, the story kind of sucks. I just don't like the cult angle that Silent Hill is based off of. But like, you kind of can't escape that because that's pretty much what Silent Hill is built off of. You know, it's a fucking creepy ass cult. And Silent Hill 3 just follows up on the plot threads that were introduced in Silent Hill 1. And I don't know, it's not that good, but like the story isn't that good, but the gameplay, oh my god, this is one of the scariest games I've ever played. Like, dude, I remember I was playing this game like the middle of the night, and then there's just a scene where there's just like bloody footprints, just like, oh my god, the bloody footprints and the crying. You don't see what's happening, you just fucking see the floor just get covered up in bloody footprints. I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? Or like the bathroom scene where you're just like looking at your reflection in the mirror, and then all of a sudden the fucking world just like, oh my god, this game's really good. I can just gush about it so much. And then there's like, if you have a Silent Hill 2 save file when you play this game, there's a lot of Easter eggs. Because like there's a scene in Silent Hill 2 where James would just put his hand in the fucking toilet just to grab an item, and then there's like a scene, like if you have the Silent Hill save file, then Heather would be like, there seems to be something in the toilet, should I grab it? And then she's like, I'm not gonna fucking do that. Why would you make me do that? And she just stares at the camera, like, bro. Like, what? Who in their right mind would put their hand in the toilet? And then she just stares at the camera. So I'm like, that's cute. But Heather's a really good protagonist too. I think she's like one of my favorite main protagonists in Silent Hill, besides Henry in Silent Hill 4. But like, okay, I was shitting on Tori, because I was like saying, dude, you like Chuck, but Chuck is like a fucking boring ass protagonist. I like Henry in Silent Hill 4, and he's a boring protagonist too, so I'm kind of a hypocrite for bashing at you for saying that, so my bad.
You're good. You're good.
But
I
yeah.
don't take it personally. Anyway.
Yeah, nah, we have fun here. But yeah, Silent Hill 3, good game, really good music. Oh my god, the vocal track for the intro cutscene, end of Small Sanctuary, it's so good. All of Silent Hill's music is really good. And then moving on, Pac-Man Championship Edition 2. No one, I don't really see anyone who likes this game. The only person I see who defends this game is fucking Scott the Woz. He's like,
you Scott the Woz?
Maybe I am. Have you seen me in person? I don't think so.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
It's
this
Scott
game is
the Woz.
good. I literally only found out this game existed because of that -8 porn animation, because he used the background music, and I'm like, oh, what is the song from? I was like, it's from Pac-Man Championship Edition 2. I'm like, oh, this game looks awesome. It's only on PS4 and PC and Xbox One? oops. And then all of a sudden they release a Switch port, like, or they announce a Switch port like a few weeks later. I'm like, oh shit, oh, let me get this game. I was like, oh my god, this game's literally amazing. It's so fun. The music is so good. Like, I played Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, and people say that's a better game. I don't know. It's good, but I don't like it as much as Championship Edition 2. Maybe because the music is just a lot better in the sequel. I don't know. Then next up on the list is Monster Hunter Rise. Dude, this is like the best modern Monster Hunter game because it literally combines the best parts of the new Monster Hunter game, like world, and then the classic design, like the classic map design from the older games. I fucking hate Monster Hunter. Well, I don't hate it, but it's my least favorite. I like the combat system. I like the movement. Everything about it just feels really modern and nice. But the map design is so fucking ass, and I don't see why people don't bitch about it as much as I do. Because I'm like, how the fuck? Dude, this is not how you introduce someone to this new world. Because the first map you play on is so fucking layered and shitty. You get lost, and it's like, dude, no matter how many times I play this, I never know where I'm supposed to go. When a monster runs away, I'm like, how? You can't even track a fucking 50-foot monster because of how shitty the map is made. Like, you could be like on the fucking ceiling, and you'd be like, where is he? Oh, he's on the 3rd floor? How do I get to the 3rd floor? Oh, you have to like run around like the fucking map just to find some vines you can climb up to get up there. I'm like, this is so stupid. But Monster Hunter Rise, the map design is a lot more simple, and movement is a lot better because you have like a dog you can ride, and you also have like Spider-Man wires you can like wire on.
Yo.
I don't know, the movement is just really good in Rise. And it's really good. I never finished the expansion, the Sunbreak expansion, but it's really good. Also, I just like the wire bug mechanic. Like I said, you can just Spider-Man around. It gives your weapons a lot more... Like, you have a lot more options in terms of your combat, too. So, yeah, it's really good. But not as good as the other Monster Hunter game on the list that I'll talk about later. And then next up is Katamari Forever. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I don't officially... Well, I have a totally real copy of this game on my totally real PS3. And this is like one of the best... This is the best Katamari game. Only because it's all the... It just takes... It's basically Sonic Generations, but with Katamari. So, I think the second game is like... The second game and the PSP game are like the best Katamari games. The first one's okay. The second one is just so much fucking better. The PSP one, I just have nostalgia for because it's my first. It also had some really fun gimmicks. But Katamari Forever just takes all the good stuff from all the other Katamari games and just, yeah, puts it in here. So there's really not much to say. It's just a best of compilation. So it's like Sonic Generation. So all the best levels, except for that shitty level from Katamari 1 where you're supposed to like roll up a bear or a cow, like the biggest bear. That mission fucking sucks, and they brought it back in Forever. So that's an L. But everything else about this game is really solid. Ridge Racer 5, dude, back-to-back Namco games. Ridge Racer 5 is the best classic Ridge Racer game. It's also the last classic Ridge Racer game, because after this, they released Ridge Racer for the PSP. Ridge Racer for the PSP is good. Its sequel is good. All the games that came after are all good, but they're not the same, dude. Because they fucking simplified the driving mechanics to push the new nitrous mechanic, which is just basically a boost. So if you keep drifting, you'll just have like a boost gauge that fills up over time, and once it's full, you can use it. But no, Ridge Racer 5 doesn't have that fucking clutch. You just have, or doesn't have that crutch. You just have to clutch out races, dude. You just have to be good. You have to get good and just, like, not boost. You don't have a boost. My only complaint about Ridge Racer 5 is that the music kind of sucks. I don't really like it. The only good songs are the engine themes, like when you unlock a new car and you unlock a new engine. Dude, that shit is like, oh my god. I felt myself like fucking that SpongeBob shit where he's just like levitating. That was me when I first heard that. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. The rest of the soundtrack though is pretty bad, except for the one licensed song from the Boom Boom Satellites. Everything else is a bunch of licensed schlock that kind of sucks. And all the original tracks that was made by Namco. Normally they make good fucking music, but some of the shit was pretty bad. I know music is subjective. I don't care. I don't like the soundtrack in Ridge Racer 5. Everything is good. The graphics I think are really good for a PS2 launch title. This game is a bitch to emulate, but Besides that, it's like a really good game. So if you can find it on real hardware, totally play it. Because this is like impossible to emulate properly. At least right now. Maybe it got better. Bejeweled 2, just lots of fond memories. It's just nostalgia that I have Bejeweled 2 on here because literally Bejeweled 3 is a much better game, much more game modes. Like, just better core gameplay too. Because here all you really have is the bomb and the hypercube. That's all you get in Bejeweled 2 in terms of special gems. But Bejeweled 3 introduces the supernova if you manage to match 3 in a row. The lightning gem if you match like 5 in the shape of an L or a T. So that's cool. Bejeweled 2 doesn't have any of that. But I don't know, the music, the vibes, it's just very nostalgic, I guess. It's just
hits different.
Yeah, it hits different. So I still play this. This is still like one of my most played Steam games for some reason. I just like vibing to it. Whenever I'm like, I don't know what I want to do when I stream. Let me just play Bejeweled 2. Like, I could be playing Bejeweled 3, but no, I want to play Bejeweled 2 for some reason. Yeah, next on the list is Animal Crossing New Leaf. Kat had to leave early because she's tired. It is very late right now. Also, holy shit, Tori, it's 5 a.m. You're still up?
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, you got work tomorrow or today?
No.
Okay, that's good. We should probably get some.
Go out.
Oh my god.
The podcast.
Bruh. Okay, I'll try to speed run. Only 20 games left. Wait, no? 15 games left, sorry, yeah. Animal Crossing New Leaf is a good game. It has the most content. Although, like what Kat said, it sucks that Cap'n can't fucking like sail out anymore because we don't have any more. Or Nintendo cut off their online service for 3DS and Wii U. But I think you could still access the island, like the island locally. But who the fuck is gonna play Animal Crossing New Leaf locally, dude?
No, real.
So, yeah, that kind of sucks.
And Kat.
Oh yeah, we can like meet up and just fucking play New Leaf.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't rate this game so highly if it wasn't for the amiibo update that they added. Like, dude, this is insane. They added like the interior design mechanics from Happy Home Designer. They added new villagers. They added new mini games. Like, you could buy a Wii U in game, and you could buy a 3DS in game, and you can like play like straight up mini games in there from the Animal Crossing Wii U game. That's so cool. Bless you. There's so much content in this game. There's so much to do. Even before that post update. Bless you again. There's so much to do, so much to see. Even before the amiibo update, there was already a lot to do, at least compared to New Horizons, dude. New Horizons was such a letdown. I mean, if you like customizing your island, cool. I don't like doing that. I just like living a normal life. Normal life in air quotes.
Normal.
I just like living life. I don't want to fucking work and like make pavement for like 3 hours just to customize my island. That's boring. I want to just like fish and then like go to the island and play some mini games. You know, like whack-a-mole with a hammer. But you can't I don't think you can do that in New Horizons. I don't know. I didn't get the DLC expansion because I don't really want to. I just kind of lost interest in New Horizons. But yeah, New Leaf, good game. Best in the series because just how much content there is. So much to do. No More Heroes 1. Oh, dude, this game was really good. I never played the original Wii version. I played the PC release, which is super fucking abysmal, by the way. Do not... If you're gonna get this game... Actually, yeah, you can get No More Heroes 1 on PC because they actually did patch the game. Like, 4 years after release, they actually fixed it. They haven't fixed No More Heroes 2, and that's the game that needs the most fixes, though. But No More Heroes 1, really good music, really good story. I love the gameplay. Very simple, but very satisfying. It's even better if you're, like, playing on the Wii or, like, the Switch, because I did get the Switch port when it was on sale. Because motion controls really fucking make this series. I just love, like, slashing my Wii remote left or right, or, like moving the controller left or right to just fucking cut someone's head off. It's just really satisfying. And that's really all motion controls are used for. You're not, like, forced to use it for anything else other than finishers, which just really adds to the oomph. Because, like, the core combat is just, like, press X, Y, A, B. X and Y for high-lows. No. Just one button and then you just move this... Actually, sorry. There's motion controls, like, when you're playing on Switch with highs and lows depending on how you're tilting the stick, or tilting the controller. But... Yeah, if you're playing on a controller, then high and low is just mapped to a button, which makes combat a bit more snappy too, but the finishers with the motion controls really just elevate the gameplay experience. The story's really good too. Like, I don't know. It seems like wacky fun, like what Suda normally does. And this is definitely a lot more easy to like follow and understand compared to his other shit. Which is probably why I like it so much, because I'm fucking stupid. I'm kind of R-worded.
No.
But yeah, I really, I don't know. Easy to follow, and there's a lot more depth into the narrative than you'd think upon like first glance. When you look deeper into it, like, holy shit, this is actually really good. And then next on the list is Project Diva F second. No well, all the Project Diva games are pretty much similar. I only really like this one because it has the best song selection in my opinion. It has one song in it that's never been re-released, probably because of the lyrics being too bad.
What song is that?
Kaguru Days, the one where I posted on McRiddle's birthday, where it was like on August 15th.
Yeah.
That song has only ever been in this game, and that's like my favorite Vocaloid song. But the lyrics is really fucked up, because when you like listen to it, it sounds cool, but it's just talking about a guy who just keeps fucking dying, or his girlfriend keeps dying because they're stuck in a time loop. So she keeps trying to kill herself so he can get out of the time loop or something like that. It's just fucked up. And that's why there's no English translation for the song. If you buy the game, or if you play the game, it's like no translation available for the lyrics. Even though every other song in the game has English translations. So that's interesting. But yeah, mechanically it's Project Diva. It's just your average rhythm game. The only thing they added is the double star notes, where you had to flick both sticks to activate, and then the star, I don't know what you'd call it, like the star line, where it just follows a set path. That's really it. That's all they added in F second. Everything else is just carried over from F and the PSP games. Next on the list is Song of Saya. Dude, this game fucking changed my life. When I first played this, I'm like, I was so invested. I was fucking screaming at my monitor. I was like fucking screaming, "You're a piece of shit. I fucking hate this game. Fuck you, Fuminori." I was so mad. Like, why the fuck would you do this? But then I was like, this game sucks. When I finally beat it, I was like, that was so shitty. That was hot ass. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then I played it again. And then I played it again. And then I played it again. I'm like, wait a minute. I think I really like this game. I think this game's actually really fucking good. It's so fucked up. There's a scene that I still can't like stomach. Every time I get to that part, I just can't. I'm like, when I play this game again, I'm gonna be brave enough and I'm gonna watch this part without skipping, or I'm gonna read this part without skipping. I can't. I still can't. Like I don't know, the voice acting, like, dude, you're just fucking reading shit, but like, it's so hard to read, man. I can't do it with the fucking voice acting going on in the background too. I'm like, nah, I can't. It's too much. But the music is really good. I fucking bought the vinyl for this shit, dude. I keep like Sabbath is something I just like have on loop whenever I want to just work. Back when I was in college,
It's peak gif.
it's the guy nodding his head. It's peak. It's such a good fucking game. But yeah, Sabbath is such a good song. I listen to that whenever I'm doing homework or something, or at least when I was in college, when I do homework or like working, I just have that playing on loop. It's so calming. It just gives you a false sense of security when you first boot up the game and that's what you hear. It's like, oh dude, what am I gonna get myself into? Oh my god, I'm so glad I got into this game blind, but I'm so sad that this game is ruined now. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. Next on the list is Twilight Princess. Dude, this game's so good. This and the 3DS Zelda game, what's it called? Link Between Worlds, are the only Zelda games I ever beat. But this game is so good. I remember when I graduated high school, because I keep playing this game and I keep putting it down. I always put Zelda games down because I always just get bored of them. But that summer, once I was done with high school, I'm like, okay, well, I have nothing better to do until I start college, so I might as well like try my best to finish this game. And I don't know, something just clicked, and I would stay up from like 10 p.m. to like 5 a.m. just playing this game, and I'm like, dude, this is really good. Like these dungeons, I don't know, man. The dungeon design is really fun. I like how Link is a fucking buff ass dude in this game, dude. His item variety, he doesn't use magic at all. He just fucking uses a ball and chain, just whacks people with it. He rides around on a top. He gets 2 hook shots. I don't know. He has a really cool item selection. Also, Midna, the best character in the entire Zelda franchise. You can also be a wolf, and when I first saw this and I saw Okami, I'm like, dude, that game just ripped off Twilight Princess. Yeah, good game. I highly recommend it. Fucking blows the water out of like Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. I don't fucking care about those games. Twilight Princess is where it's at. I had what's that game? The Wind Waker, but I don't know. I couldn't really vibe with it. I just got to like I think the 3rd dungeon, and I'm like, I think I got stuck, and then I stopped playing it because I got stuck.
Bruh.
I don't know. I told you I'm kind of stupid.
No.
Maybe I'll give it a shot now that I'm like not as stupid, but I don't know. Okay, next on the list, Monster Hunter 4U. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, but I like to just call it 4U. When I first played this game, I thought it fucking sucked. I was like, people say this game is good, let me give it a shot. And I kept putting it down. I was like, this game isn't good. I was talking to my friend like, dude, what do you see in Monster Hunter that I don't? I've been playing this shit for like 10 hours. I don't know how long I've been playing, but it just didn't click until, I don't know. I think I finally fought the monster that's on the box art, and I'm like, wait a minute, this game's actually really fucking good. Like something just clicks sometimes, And then I just got hooked. I just couldn't stop playing. I just couldn't stop grinding. Monster Hunter 4 is like Monster Hunter Generations is the last game to use the classic formula. But this is the one that, like, I don't know, this one's really good. It runs near 60 FPS. Monster Hunter Generations is locked 30, so I guess that's why I like this one more. And Generations should be the better game, but that's kind of like Sonic Generations, where it's just the best of. Like, here's the map from the old games. Whoa! But not everything here is like wholly original. That's why I guess I like Monster Hunter 4 a lot more. And then Odin Sphere, Leifthraseer. I have to emphasize Leifthraseer because the original Odin Sphere fucking sucks. Don't play the original Odin Sphere. And if you get Leifthraseer, you also get the original Odin Sphere anyway, so you might as well just buy the re-release or the remake. Dude, Odin Sphere Leifthraseer is so good. I still haven't even finished the game, by the way. I'm barely on like chapter 4, but every time I play it, it's just like riding a bike, or it's like slipping into your favorite pair of shoes. You just get back into it, and it's like, oh my god, this game's so fucking fun. The combat is basically like a 2D Devil May Cry.
2D.
Yeah, it's 2D Devil May Cry. You can just like chain together insane combos. You can just air juggle people. It's so fun. But you can't do that in the PS2 version. The PS2 version is like, I'd say the combat is more like Dark Souls, where it's just super slow, and you have a stamina gauge, so you can't just keep mashing attack, because then you'll be too tired. He's like, dude, this game is very fun. And then like, there's also a cooking mechanic in this game too, and cooking is so much harder to do in the PS2 version, which is why I just highly recommend getting the re-release, because it has the original version if you want to suffer through that, or you can play the upgraded version, which is so much fun. The story's pretty I don't know. People always say Vanillaware games have good stories, but I don't really care about stories much in video games. I say that, and then I'm talking about Silent Hill 2 next, which, holy shit, has the best narrative in any Silent Hill game, at least from the ones I played. I think 2, 4, 3, 1 would be like the best narratives. 3 would be the scariest game, like 3 and 4 would be tied for scariest. But anyway, Silent Hill 2 is just an experience. I like that first time I played this game was when I streamed it, and like I can still remember that so vividly, dude. That was such a fun stream.
Like, I wish I was there.
I mean, you can watch the VODs. It's not the same though. I remember.
That's right. Where would I watch the VODs, Toby?
Oh, on the same channel where I upload the podcast, of course.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I should probably organize that and put it in a playlist. Should probably put everything into a playlist, but I'm just too fucking lazy.
See, Toby, I got advertising.
Thank you. But yeah, Silent Hill 2, really good music, as with all the Silent Hill games. Fucking, it's super scary. I wouldn't say super scary. It's still scary, but the other Silent Hill games are way scarier too. Really good narrative. And I know people might say like the voice acting is bad. I know people shit on like Eddie and stuff like, oh, you can't just kill someone because of the way they look at you. Why not? Like, I don't know, that cheesy writing is supposed to be the point because it's supposed to feel like you're in a dream. And that kind of does feel like a conversation I'd have to someone when I'm when I'm dreaming, you know? So it's a really good game. I highly recommend it. If you're gonna play it on PC because there's a updated patch, the enhanced edition. That's the one I played. Or hunt down like a $300 PS2 copy if you want. This game.
I got it. I'll find one on the street.
Oh my god, I'm like very terrified of the Silent Hill 2 remake coming out. I just don't feel good about that remake coming out, dude. Not with Bloober Team making it. Not with like the gameplay trailers they've shown. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll get it. I don't know. We'll see. Next on the list, it's kind of hard. X4 and X, they're kind of tied for the same spot. I never know which one I like more because I like both for two different reasons, but I don't know. I think the gameplay in Mega Man X is just a lot snappier. Like, dashing doesn't have startup frames unlike X4. And like all the PS1 X games, all the dashes have like startup frames, and it just feels very awkward. Unlike X where it's just instantaneous, the movement just feels so much better in X. But you can hold down the dash button in X4, even the Zero games do this too. Or if you hold down the dash button, you maintain your speed, even when you jump, so it has that going for it. X has the better soundtrack. I do not like X4's music at all. I just think the only good song is like one that plays during a cutscene. Or it's like, I don't know what you'd call it. It's just good. And then the boss fight theme, because you fucking hear that shit all the goddamn time. Everything else though, I don't remember much of the other Maverick themes except for maybe no, I honestly can't remember anything besides the Maverick themes. Web Spider, I guess, is kind of memorable. Everyone else, I don't remember. X, but like X just has like so much better weapons too. That's another reason why I like X. The upgrades and the weapons just feel so much better. I like the charge shot in Mega Man X. I like the charge shot in X4 too, like the one that leaves like a big plasma ball. But I like the special weapons in X1. Like, I fucking love well, Shotgun Ice kind of sucks, but really the only good weapon is Storm Eagle's weapon and
Sting Chameleon.
Yeah, Sting Chameleon when it's fully charged because you can just be invincible for a few seconds. There's another one I like too, but Flame Mammoth's weapon because it's just a flamethrower. That one's fun too. You can just fucking kill like that mini boss in Spark Mandrill's stage so you can get that piece of heart. I mean, you could do it too if you just smash your Buster, but it's just so much better. It's just so much faster if you just use Flame Mammoth. X4 does have Zero as a playable character though, and Zero is so fun to use. Like, it's hard. I don't know which one I like more between X and X4. I like them both, but for like different reasons. Like, one has a flaw that the other doesn't, but one has like a pro that the other doesn't either, you know?
Should
So,
just put
I
X7, you know?
Yeah, I should have just put X7, you're right. Or X6. X6 and, yeah, put X6 and 7. Replace 1 and 4 for 6 and 7. Number 5 is Earthbound. Oh my god. Earthbound fan excited to play Earthbound for the first time. Holy shit.
Yo, Undertale?
Yeah, Undertale.
Kansas?
The first time I played this game was back in middle school on my totally real Super Nintendo.
Yo.
And I played all 3 Mother games at the same time because I was just weird like that. And I didn't finish Mother 3 until I was in high school. But yeah, out of all the 3 games, Earthbound is easily my favorite. Like, I just prefer the contemporary setting Earthbound has. I mean, Mother 1 kind of has a contemporary setting too, but it's a fucking NES game. You can barely make shit look modern, in air quotes. And then Mother 3 just has like a weird style to it. I'm not really too big on that, but I do like Mother 3's music. I think Mother 3 has the best soundtrack. followed by Earthbound, and then Mother 1. Also has the best gameplay, but I don't know. I just like the style of Earthbound a lot more. Like, I really can't give you a better reason as to why I like Earthbound as much as I do. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's just nostalgia. Nostalgia. Well, yeah. I guess it's just nostalgia. That's a good game. I know a lot of people don't like it because it's a very limiting game. Like, you know, limited inventory space. God, if you hate that, then you're gonna fucking hate Mother 1. But yeah, Earthbound has a small inventory space. A lot of very archaic, even fucking, like, insanely, like, stupid solutions to puzzles. Where that's why they gave you a guidebook in the original Super Nintendo release, because there's no way you were supposed to find out that you're supposed to stand behind the waterfall for 4 minutes without pressing any buttons, so to proceed through the story. 4 minutes of just standing there without doing anything. Like, how are you supposed to know that you're supposed to do that?
Some dude AFK'd at once and was like, oh.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even know if the hint guy tells you to stand in the waterfall for 4 minutes. I don't use the hint guy. But I don't know, it's a really charming game. There's a lot of fun moments. And then Dark Souls is next. I don't know, man. I guess it's because this is the first Souls game I played, but it's easily my favorite. I only ever played Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and Dark Souls 2. I never finished DS3. I played a little bit of Bloodborne. Played Elden Ring, but I didn't finish that either. But Dark Souls still remains my favorite. I know people shit on the second half of the game for just kind of being whatever. I don't know. I don't see it. I still really enjoyed the second half of the game, where you're getting the Lord Souls.
I think that's the better part of the game.
Really?
Yes. I think the beginning part, while cooler in concept of like the not knowing where you're going and stuff, I feel like the bosses in the beginning part are just really not well designed. And they're just kind of either pushovers or bullshit. And I think people just hype it up to having decent areas.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know. I like the whole game through and through. Like, I just hear arguments of people saying the game runs out of steam in the second half. Like, I don't see it. I don't think that's the case at all. I just like this whole game front to back. And the DLC, how the fuck are you supposed to know how to unlock the DLC? But yeah,
it's just, I don't know.
That's pretty much all the Souls games are like that. Like, how are you supposed to know this is how you access the expansion?
Yeah.
But yeah,
stand in a corner and get picked up by an amygdala.
yeah. But the Artorias isn't as hard as people make it out to be. I honestly don't think he was that bad. Manus, on the other hand, Manus gave me so much shit when I first played this. I'm like, why the fuck do people not complain about Manus? This guy's like fucking Ogre from Tekken 3. He literally does 10-string combos that kill you if he hits you. It's like, that's not fucking fun. At least with Artorias, you can actually like dodge and like, I don't know.
I'm convinced people haven't actually fought Manus.
Yeah, they're probably still stuck with Artorias because they fucking suck. That's probably why.
No, they're good.
I'm sorry, I'm being salty.
Good, no, you're real. You're good.
But yeah, Dark Souls
Manus is
1.
harder.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Actually, it makes sense though that you would pick Dark Souls 1 based on what you finished. I'm not saying playing the rest of those games would change your opinion, but you have arguably played on the two worst games in the series besides Dark Souls 1.
I think Demon Souls is really good, but when I first made this list, I had Demon Souls on here. I also had Resident Evil 4 on here. But then I was like, wait a minute, I'm omitting some like heavy hitters that like actually mean something to me. So like maybe I'm just like riding the high because, you know, I have a guy on Twitch who keeps fucking gushing about Demon Souls. I'm like, yeah, Demon Souls was pretty good, but now that I'm thinking about it, is it really one of my favorite games? Maybe not. Maybe in my top 50 it'll be on there, but definitely not top 25.
Real.
Okay, next. The last three games are all fucking Dreamcast games. Shenmue 2, and then Sonic Adventure. Shenmue 1 goes first because I really like Shenmue 1. Shenmue 1 is a super cozy game. Like, it's just a game you can just like play and just like get super immersed into the world, you know? Both Shenmue games are like that. But Shenmue 1 is pretty slow, honestly, but that's what I like about it too, because you can just kind of chill and just enjoy the comfort of this quaint little Japanese town. Meanwhile, Shenmue 2 is just this sprawling open world in fucking Hong Kong. It's really cool. like Shenmue 1 has a huge level of interactivity just because of how small the map is. Like you can do so much. You can like turn on the lights in your room, you can turn off the lights in your room, you can turn on the lights in your fucking house, turn them off. You can open the fridge, you can get some milk from the fridge. You can look at the baskets in your house, you can look at your laundry hamper, you can open your closet.
I can get milk. Oh, fuck.
You can go fucking crazy in your house in Shenmue 1. There's so much interactivity in Shenmue 1. You can pretty much talk to every NPC because of how like small the map is. Shenmue 2 is a much bigger game, so because of that you can't access a lot of buildings, you can't interact with a lot of things, you can't talk to a lot of people. But I do think Shenmue 2 is just a better game. Like the story really picks up in Shenmue 2. Shenmue 1 has some really fun moments, don't get me wrong. But Shenmue 2 just introduces so much. I think the change in scenery from Hong Kong or from Japan to Hong Kong is really cool. You feel like a fish out of water. Surprisingly, everyone knows how to speak English.
Yo, that's crazy.
not to be racist, but like, I don't know. It's just kind of funny how there's like, I feel it's like when you're watching an anime and they're all speaking Japanese, and then you go to like fucking another country and then they're still speaking Japanese. It's like you're watching JoJo and then they're in fucking Africa and then everyone still speaks Japanese. Like, oh, okay. But yeah, Shenmue 2, really good game. Shenmue 1, very good game too. I like Shenmue 2 more just because the open world is so much bigger. There's so much to do. You can go to fucking pawn shops and just pawn off your gacha collection you got in Shenmue 1 by carrying over your save file. Dude, I have fucking 3 copies of Shenmue 2. I love that game that much. This game is so good. And then Sonic Adventure, my go. Also, I do want to note that I put the Sonic Adventure DX upgrade because I do have more fond memories with the DX version on GameCube. Holy shit, I'm so sorry, guys. We've been streaming for 3 hours, 45 minutes. I've been yapping for 40 minutes. That's not fair to you guys. You need to go to bed and stuff.
No,
but, yeah, Sonic Adventure, best game I've ever played. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But I have lots of nostalgia for it. The music is super good. I really like it compared to SA2 because SA2 pretty much just has like themes for every character. Like, you know, Sonic is gonna get the rock music. Knuckles is gonna get the rap music. Rouge is gonna get the jazz music. But nah, here it's like whatever, dude. Fucking, you get some fucking swing for Sonic. You got some insane like the soundtrack is just really good. It can be really ominous and creepy, like when you're playing Amy in Twinkle Park and you're in the Hall of Mirrors. It plays like a really creepy melody. Or you could just like I said, you could have a huge like crazy fucking swing, like New Jack Swing playing when you're playing the Casino Night Sonic pinball table. And then you just have like this really cool jazzy vibe when you're just in the lobby of the casino. And then you're in the sewers and it just sounds like a fucking espionage movie. Or like when you're in Ice Cap and it just sounds really atmospheric. And then once you're on the surfboard or the snowboard, the music just fucking picks up. I'm just talking about the music, dude. I could fucking write a thesis about the music in Sonic Adventure. That's like my favorite video game soundtrack. Or Sonic soundtrack, second only to Sonic CD's second is what I'm trying to say. Sonic Adventure is the best, just because of the variety it has. It doesn't matter in SA1 is so much better than it doesn't matter in SA2. Just gonna say that right now. Open Your Heart is better than Live and Learn. I think the core gameplay is a lot better in Sonic Adventure compared to Sonic Adventure 2. Like, I do not like the somersault. I think the somersault really fucking sucks. It's a big pace breaker. It's not like the fucking slide that you get in the Boost games. It's just a really shitty pace. Like, yeah, it just slows down the pace significantly. Because you can't spam spin dash in SA2 as much as you can with SA1. Because with SA1, you just fucking mash B and then you just instantly get speed. But you can't mash B in Sonic Adventure 2 because then you're going to do the stupid somersault move. And I do think that Lightspeed Dash is a lot better in SA2 compared to SA1 where you have to charge it up. But because you have to charge it up in SA1, it's a lot more consistent. You're not going to fuck up your Lightspeed Dash and just fall off a pit unlike SA2. Because SA2, everything is mapped to the same fucking button. You have Bounce Bracelet, Lightspeed Dash, so yeah, it's really finicky. SA1, you only really get one upgrade for Sonic, and that's the Lightspeed shoes. You get the Ancient Light, but that's also triggered by using the Lightspeed input, so yeah. And you know why Balan Wonderworld fucking sucks ass? It's because of this design. Dude, fucking... What's the name of the guy? The guy who's in jail right now? The guy who made Balan and Sonic. Yuji Naka. That's the reason why Balan Wonderworld sucks ass. Is because of this game design that he showed in Sonic Adventure 2. He's so fucking stuck in the past. Sorry, this is just a random rant. He's so fucking stuck in the past that he's just like, no, kids are fucking stupid. They can't comprehend that we have multiple buttons on the controller. We have to make every button on the controller do the same thing, okay? That's why he mapped everything to the same fucking button in Sonic Adventure 2. That's why that game fucking sucks ass. It's all because of Yuji Naka. Yuji Naka's a fucking asshole, dude. I don't like that piece of shit. Anyways,
Wonderworld.
That's my game list. Sorry, I went into a fucking schizo rant. It's 2:30 in the morning, guys. I'm sorry. All right, any closing remarks? if anyone's still semi-conscious. I think McCriddle fell asleep, dude.
Yeah, I'm convinced too.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Sorry.
No, you're good. I think my closing remark is I think through all of this we've discovered that gaming is such a vast variety of things, and we all look for different things in gaming, and therefore we should all collectively like different things and comment and have fun with different things, and thus we should live in a judge-free world.
So
and no
true.
one should be judged for the games you play unless you play Valorant.
So true. I agree with this sentiment exactly.
My closing remark is fuck the mouse. That's my closing remark.
Alright. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed our taste in gaming.
Please like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, please
and tell
like,
us what your
comment.
favorite gaming thing
what is your favorite video game?
And
Tell
don't
us if you like this style. Oh,
don't
sorry,
forget. No. I was just gonna fucking joke. Yeah, tell us what games you like, and sub to our Patreon, and maybe we'll play that game with you or something. if it's a multiplayer game, you know.
Or if it's not, we can stream it for you.
Yeah, you know.
But
you
on
can,
serious note.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna say anything. I was just. Dude, we're so fucking tired. I'm like brain rotting too.
On a serious note, though, you know, tell us which style you like better. Do you like the talking about random stuff of the week, or do you like the ranking stuff and maybe talking about our feelings towards things? We could do movies, music, other things.
That sounds fun.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Patreon.
Okay. Bye-bye.